From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Bert Major, Masters Insurance and Trust.
Oh, hi, Bert. What's up?
Poor little rich girl in California wants to take out a $200,000 straight life policy on her husband, with herself as beneficiary.
A lot of dough, but not too unusual, if you can afford it.
Effective in 2 weeks, and hush-hush, a surprise.
But who'd want to... Why?
Exactly. Nice piece of change for the company in commissions, or for her in payoff, if she's playing that kind of a game.
You talk like you don't know her.
Name only. Deal was arranged pending through her lawyer in Los Angeles. You could be out there in the morning, Johnny.
All right, Bert. Who gives me the fill-in?
Our agent out there, Roger Hackey. He'll meet you at International Airport.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Home Office, Masters Insurance and Trust Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the poor little rich girl matter. Expense account item 1, $280 round-trip plane ticket and incidentals, including sunglasses, Hartford to Los Angeles. I arrived, rested, ready, and right on schedule. Also on schedule was Roger Hackey, Masters Los Angeles agent, who turned out to be a repressed comedian become insurance salesman.
Yep, I said to myself, that's Johnny Dollar, I said. You are Johnny Dollar, aren't you?
In person, you Roger Hackey?
In person? Say, you got the old feel, haven't you? Simpatico, we call it out here. Have a nice trip?
Yeah.
Good. Airplanes scare me. Don't like being up there in the wild blue yonder. Terra firma is my dish of tea. Slow but sure, they call me.
Yeah, well, look.
Now, if you'll just follow me, we'll jump in my jalopy, and I'll have you at the Beverly Hilton before you can say happy hooligan.
You said.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, here we go. Cloud of dust and all that.
The ride from the air terminal to the hotel was hot, silent on my part, and unproductive so far as the case was concerned. Roger Hackey kept up a running commentary on everything from bad actors to the Zodiac. It wasn't until I was settled in my room with drink in hand and Shula's feet propped up that I could get him to switch to the $200,000 surprise.
Her name is Cynthia Durbin. Now, how much do you know about her?
Nothing. Bert Major said you'd give me the background.
Now, she's a strange one. You know what a chameleon is?
Well, sure, a lizard that changes color, so what?
So, that's the kind of a gal Cynthia Durbin is. At least she is now.
You're losing me, Roger. Begin at the beginning.
Now, you're the doctor. As the Siamese twins said after the operation, what's missing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you meet Cynthia Durbin?
Well, she came into the office yesterday. No call, no appointment. There she was.
Oh, what's she like?
Trim. Real trim. And expensive.
Just casually announced she wanted to buy $200,000 worth of insurance, huh?
Well, not exactly. She started asking about various policies, endowment, straight life, etc., and how and when they paid off. And she kept giving me the big eye and cross-leg routine.
She tell you anything about herself?
Oh, didn't have to. I already knew. She's practically a fixture in the society section of the Sunday papers. Garden parties, opening nights, and all that. Yeah, but only lately.
Her husband?
Peter Durbin. He's been a public figure ever since they got married about 3 years ago.
But she hasn't.
No, just the last couple of months or so.
How old is she?
Oh, around 25. Blonde, blooming, and gorgeous, figuratively speaking.
I take it she has the money, huh?
Yeah, right. He was a well-torsoed movie bit player with a champagne appetite.
I see. Now, what about this surprise angle?
Well, she came right to the point. Said her husband had just had a complete physical. Asked if his doctor's report would be acceptable. If so, okay.
But you didn't sign her up. Why?
Well, she didn't give me the chance.
What do you mean?
All of a sudden, she reached in her purse and pulled out a piece of paper with a name and address on it, announced this was her attorney. See him, she said, smiled big, and walked out.
Did you go and see the attorney?
Right away. A guy by the name of Crane Collins. Has big plush offices downtown, old senior partner type.
What did he have to say?
Oh, nothing except routine questions about filling out the forms, expediting the procedure, importance of secrecy for the surprise.
Well, why didn't you ask a few questions?
Couldn't.
What do you mean, couldn't?
She was there.
Doing what?
Sitting back in a corner, all huddled up like a mouse waiting to be pounced on. Didn't say a word, while Collins and I filled out the papers. Yeah, she signed them as if they were a death warrant. Went back to the corner and stared at the wall.
Now I see what you meant by that chameleon remark.
Yeah, she's too much for me.
Yeah. A leopard can change its spots, too. Expense account item 2, $3.25 taxi fare to the offices of Crane Collins. So far, all I knew was that the wealthy young woman wanted a pot full of insurance on her husband. If it hadn't been for the surprise request, it would have been routine. Now it wasn't. And the people involved, one of them at least, were not routine. I was ushered into an oak panel office high above the streets of Los Angeles.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dollar.
Mr. Collins?
Your card identifies you as an insurance investigator, Mr. Dollar. I don't believe I understand.
Cynthia Durbin is your client?
Why, yes.
You represented this client yesterday in the signing of an application for a $200,000 straight life insurance policy on her husband.
Yes?
I represent the company.
Everything is in order, is it not?
Insurance is a lot of things, Mr. Collins. A surprise to the insured is one of the things it isn't.
My client is adamant in this respect. Call it a quirk, if you will.
You expect the company to issue a $200,000 policy on a quirk?
Well,
How long have you known Mrs. Durbin?
Since she was born.
Then you know her father.
Knew him. I am his executor.
Uh-huh. Mother?
Also deceased. Both parents died when Cynthia was 17. I was her guardian and have been her legal advisor since she came of age.
Was she well provided for?
Very.
What kind of a man is her husband?
Young, about 30. Tall, good-looking.
No, Mr. Collins, not statistics. Your impressions.
He plays an excellent game of golf. Gets along well with people when he wants to.
But you don't like him, do you?
In this profession, Mr. Dollar, I neither like nor dislike people. I represent them, and that representation is based on fact.
Well, in my profession, we go by feel as well as fact. Well, tell me candidly, Mr. Collins, do you think there's anything strange about this request for insurance on her husband?
As I said, I deal in facts, not feelings. As a client, she sought professional assistance. Ergo, I supplied it.
Where do the Durbins live?
I'd rather
Oh,
not.
now look, I can get it from any society editor in town.
My secretary will give you the information.
All right, thank you. By the way, don't tell Mrs. Durbin or anyone else that we've had this discussion. If you do, there will be no insurance issued. Interference with investigative procedure. Fact, Mr. Collins.
I understand.
Expense account item 3, $2.60, phone call. Then taxi to Roger Hackey's office. A neat one-story building in the Miracle Mile on Wilshire Boulevard. Purpose? To borrow Roger's company car. The Durbins lived in one of those colonial mansions out in Beverly Hills, surrounded by curving driveways, spacious lawns, swimming pool, and cabanas, all of it enclosed by thick, high walls and electronically controlled gates. The mention of insurance on the intercom got me in. Cynthia Durbin was everything Roger said she was. The first time he met her, that is.
Please excuse my appearance, Mr. Dollar. I've been swimming.
Oh, I don't mind at all, Mrs. Durbin.
Really, you shouldn't have come here to deliver the policy. What if my husband had been home?
No surprise.
No, and that would have spoiled everything. Well, may I have it, please?
The paperwork has not been completed yet.
Then what are you doing here? What do you want? Get to the point.
Well, just a few questions, Mrs. Durbin. My colleague, Mr. Hackey, should have handled these details yesterday, but he was somewhat rushed.
Oh, then there's nothing wrong with... Would you care for a drink, Mr. Dollar?
Thanks.
The bar's out by the pool. Shall we?
She was wearing a bikini and high-heel beach sandals, and she led the way. I was hoping it was 2 miles to the pool instead of the 75 yards it turned out to be. I mixed the drinks, and we settled down in a couple of sun lounges.
Ah, those details, Mr. Dollar.
Just formalities, actually. You're to be the beneficiary?
Yes. That was discussed yesterday.
Oh, yes, so it was. What does your husband do, Mrs. Durbin?
He doesn't work, if that's what you mean. He doesn't have to. I have enough for both of us. Johnny.
Yeah?
Freshen my drink, will you, please?
Oh, sure. Say, tell me, did you ever contemplate divorce?
Divorce. Whatever makes you ask a question like that?
Well?
Of course not. We've had our differences. Minor ones. What couple hasn't?
Yeah, I suppose you got a point there. Here you are.
Thank you. Johnny,
Why did you pick 2 weeks from today to be the effective date of the policy?
isn't that my business?
His birthday, Mrs. Durbin?
What?
Your husband, the surprise.
Well, yes, it is, but all these questions...
Plan to throw a big party for him?
Yes. No, I don't know. Johnny...
Your husband would be worth a lot more to you dead than alive, wouldn't he, Mrs. Durbin?
Hand me that robe, please.
Sure. There you are. But you haven't answered my question.
I'm sorry, you'll have to excuse me. I have a headache. Terrible headache.
Something was definitely wrong here. A girl of her age should have flared at my questions. Should have snapped back at me instead of blindly running away. Yeah, something was wrong, all right. But I'd seen what I'd come to see. Both facets of Cynthia Durbin's personality. And was one of them actually thinking in terms of murder? My job, find out. I sat beside one of the plushest swimming pools in Beverly Hills, alone. I finished my drink slowly. Cynthia Durbin was a strange one, all right, but her actions seemed compulsory rather than natural. If she really was thinking about murder for $200,000 in one chunk, she was pretty crude about it. If she was trying to impress her husband for some unknown reason, she'd selected a mighty offbeat way to do it. If she was going off her rocker, well... The extension phone hung on a post beside the bar. I don't ordinarily listen in on other people's conversations, but this one...
Thing wrong, darling?
Eric? Oh, Eric, I've got to talk to you. Something has happened. I
No,
think
Cynthia, not on the phone. Meet me here in half an hour.
But, Eric...
Half an hour. Here. Goodbye, Cynthia.
Hello, Eric. As I strolled to my car, nobody asked me to come back again sometime. Not that I expected it. I parked a block down the street, adjusted the rearview mirror, and got comfortable. A cigarette later, she came zooming out in a CAD convertible and headed my way. I've tailed a few cars in my time, but this kid was either scared silly or she'd learned her evasive tactics from Bull Halsey. I lost her in the first 10 blocks. So I drove Roger Hackey's car back to his office and prepared for the horse laugh I had coming. It came.
She lost you, huh? Oh, that's a dandy, a real dandy.
Hey, tell me, do you always laugh when you're about to lose the commission on a $200,000 policy?
Yeah? Oh. Well, what are you going to do now, Johnny?
Who is Eric?
Well, he's not a brother, that's for sure. Oh. I don't know.
You know, for 2 cents, I'd turn in a negative report and go on back to Hartford.
Oh, wait now. You can't do that. This is a big deal.
For you. For me, it's a pain in the neck.
But you can't turn in a negative report just because she's got an extracurricular boyfriend. You don't even know who he is. And what about her husband?
Yeah, what about him?
Here. I got the dope right here. Today's paper, and it's a good picture of him. Read what it says.
Peter Durbin, one of Los Angeles' better amateur golfers, plays out of Silver Oak Country Club where the state open is being held this week. He's expected to finish in the top. Roger, what time is it?
4:30.
Thanks.
Huh? Hey, where you going?
I'm going to try my hand at being a reporter.
What? What are you talking about?
Roger, I'm going to interview Mr. Peter Durbin for the Interstate Publicity Press Association.
Huh?
Expense account item 4, $2.40, cab fare to the Silver Oak Country Club, which nestled in a big ravine north of Sunset Boulevard, some 15 minutes from Roger's office. The last players were coming in for the afternoon round when I got there, and Peter Durbin was among them. I waited until after the radio and TV boys had got through, and then caught him in a corner of the locker room.
Yes? Who are you?
Johnny Dollar, Interstate Publicity Press. I'd like to ask you a few questions, please.
Well, I've already given my interviews.
Well, sure, I know, but this is feature stuff. Best part of the day. Does the gallery body you? Stuff like that.
Oh, all right, but make it quick.
Yes, sir. Is your wife here?
No, she never watches me play.
Oh? Where is she now?
Well, at home. Where else? But now, see here, don't you think...
You're playing a great game, Mr. Durbin. You figure you're going to win this tournament, huh?
Yes, I think so. McMahon has turned into 69, of course, but I'm still 3 strokes up on him. I play a much steadier game than he does.
Oh, yeah, sure. This is your home club, isn't it?
Oh, yes. It's one of the best in the country.
Yeah, mighty fine course. You must be pretty well heeled.
Well, That's none of your readers' concern.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say, you have a birthday coming up soon, haven't you?
How did you know?
Oh, well, you're a prominent personality, Mr. Durbin. We keep a file on this sort of thing, on important people like you.
Oh, I see. Well, sure.
I suppose you're going to have a big affair.
No, as a matter of fact, the annual Western Road races fall on my birthday each year. As a reporter, you should recall that I won both last year and the year before.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, happy birthday, Mr. Durbin, and good luck.
Well, is that all you want?
That's all I need to know. Thanks.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
No folklore could be all boastful and dynamic. Some of it is about the man at the bottom of the pile, like the one they tell of the traveler who just had to get across a river. He argued with the boatman, but that boatman wasn't about to move. Nope, not with the spring thaw making it a mighty ugly river. The traveler was insistent. Finally, the boatman agreed, but it was going to cost a whole quarter to get across.
But I ain't got but 15 cents. You gotta take me for that. Your regular fare's only 10 cents.
The boatman stood firm.
I ain't going, that's all. Anybody that ain't got but 15 cents, it just don't make no difference which side of the river he's on anyhow.
Folklore belongs to every nation's legendary past. And I guess we Americans have our share of some good ones. Like the one about... but we'll have to save that one for the next time we travel your way. See you then.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the poor little rich girl matter.
Expense account item 5, $6 even. Taxi fare to the office of Attorney Crane Collins, with whom I could now agree on one point. I didn't like Peter Durbin either. It was 6:15 after hours when I entered the office of Collins, Douglas, Walsh, Hanley, and James. The senior partner was still there. His door was slightly ajar, and I heard voices, which stopped abruptly when I entered.
Oh, Mr. Dollar. Rather late in the day, isn't it?
I don't keep office hours, Mr. Collins.
I'm very busy.
Then I'll wait.
Very well, as you wish.
I wished, so I waited. But not for long. Because about 3 minutes later, Collins came out, carefully closed the door of his office behind him, and strode easily toward me, oozing his most charming professional smile.
Now, Mr. Dollar, what can I do for you?
Why didn't you tell me the first time I was here that Peter Durbin, in addition to being a first-class golfer, was also a racing enthusiast?
Why, it just didn't occur to me.
Do you know any insurance company in the world that would issue a $200,000 policy on a man who risks his life in a racing car?
Then your company will not issue the policy?
What do you think? Now tell me something. Who is Eric?
Eric?
That's right. Well?
The name is not familiar to me.
Now, look, Mr. Collins, I have a feeling that even you will admit that withholding information in connection with a possible murder is punishable by law. Fact.
I am fully aware of that, but I fail to see what that... What are you doing?
You didn't invite me into your office. I just wondered why is all.
Have you no ethics, man?
Cynthia Durbin was in there a few minutes ago, wasn't she?
Mr. Dollar.
Wasn't she?
If it is the intention of your company not to issue the insurance to my client, I will so inform her, and that will end the matter so far as you are concerned. Now, please be good enough to leave.
You really don't know or care what's going on, do you? You're so wrapped up in the letter of the law that preventing a possible murder doesn't even occur to you.
Another one of your feelings? Well, I don't have the remotest idea what you're talking about. Good night, Mr. Dollar.
Good night, Mr. Collins. Expense account item 6, $9.50, cocktails and dinner. I should have written my report negative and hightailed it back to Hartford. But when you see in your mind's eye the possibility of a racing car careening off the road at 125 miles an hour exactly 2 weeks from now, you don't just stick to business and call it quits. Eric, wherever he tended bar, was the key. But how to find him? I was on dessert in the evening paper, giving my subconscious mind a chance to work it out when all of a sudden I was looking at it on the society page. Expense account item 7, $19, including taxi fare to Los Angeles Police Headquarters, where I had a pleasant chat with the captain on duty. Then a tuxedo rental in the same taxi to the Statler Hotel. A special pass let me in as guest at a crowded and bejeweled society benefit. Enjoying the party, Mr. Collins?
Dollar, what are you doing here?
Enjoying the party, too. Have Mr. and Mrs. Durbin arrived?
You are the most annoyingly persistent individual I have ever...
Please, no compliments. See you later. After a few minutes, I spotted her, dressed to the teeth. She turned suddenly and saw me. I expected surprise, chagrin, fear, most anything but what I got.
Mr. Dollar, Johnny, I am glad to see you. I was such a bore this afternoon. Forgive me.
Well, your exit was rather sudden.
My headache's all gone. Isn't that wonderful?
Fine.
Will you dance with me?
Pleasure.
Dollar. That's such an exciting name.
Is your husband with you tonight?
No, poor dear. He's playing in a golf tournament and has to get his rest.
You came alone?
Yes. Don't you find it warm in here, all these people? Let's go out on the terrace, hmm?
Sure, why not? Once more, I was following her, and it was just as interesting as the first time. But my mind and eyes were elsewhere. Somewhere in this crowd was the Eric I was looking for. He had to be. Then I spotted him, 35, big and broad, hawk-nosed, circling toward the terrace from the left. She threaded her way to a potted palm in a far corner of the terrace, turned and looked at me. Her eyes were feverishly bright in the moonlight. She was beautiful.
You're a very charming man, Johnny. I wish...
You wish what?
Do you find me interesting? You haven't answered my question.
Oh, I find you interesting, Cynthia. Who is Eric?
Eric,
The man you went to see this afternoon after you left me.
this afternoon.
You know who I'm talking about. Because you and Eric, I don't know how, were planning to kill your husband 2 weeks from now and collect $200,000 insurance. 2 weeks from now in the road race. Make it look like an accident, no doubt.
No, Eric! No!
I ducked and whirled around as a fist grazed past my ear and brought up one from the floor with all I had. Cynthia stood there a moment, then quietly folded up and lay on the floor in a heap, sobbing.
Oh, there you are, Dollar. What have you done to this poor girl? And that man?
Very simple, Collins. I've been combining feel and fact. The house dick and I got them out of there. Hawk-nosed to police headquarters, Cynthia to a hospital. Eric turned out to be a quack psychiatrist who preyed on unstable rich women and who was wanted in both New York and Florida. He had a perfect setup in Cynthia Durbin until he went for murder and the big money. Mrs. Durbin, well, the doctors tell me she ought to be normal mentally in a couple of years with proper psychiatric treatment. Expense account total, $317.75. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Earl Poorman, Johnny.
In Sarasota?
That's right.
Florida?
Where else?
Well, hi, Earl. How are things in the land of infernal sunshine?
What do you mean, infernal?
Well, it's got pretty hot down there these days, isn't it?
Makes good fishing weather, Johnny.
Yeah, but without a case to work on, what possible excuse would I have?
Maybe I have one for you.
Oh?
Yeah. And maybe it's murder.
Earl, I'll be down on the next plane.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Tri-State Life and Casualty Company Branch Office, Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Parley Barron matter. Expense account item 1, $131.50, transportation and incidentals to Sarasota, Florida. Knowing Earl Poorman, I didn't bother checking into a hotel, but instead took a cab to his office in the Conroy building. Tall, lanky, easygoing, he welcomed me like a long-lost brother.
Oh, Johnny, you're looking great. And I'm glad you're here because you can clear up this case in a hurry, and then you and I can get out in the Gulf and do some real serious fishing.
Oh, well, that's okay by me, Earl.
Your last trip down here, you remember, they weren't biting so good. But, oh, Johnny, so help me now that... Oh, I see you've got your bags with you.
Well, yeah.
Good, because you're going to stay with us out the house. Now, I'm not going to take any argument. I told that old battle axe I'm married to hang out an extra towel for you.
How is Mike?
Oh, she's great, just great. I never did understand how I was lucky enough to grab that dame, Johnny.
Oh, well, now, I think maybe she kind of cares for you, too, Earl. Now, about why
women show funny taste sometimes. Hey, maybe the old horse will go fishing with us.
Mike?
Yeah.
Anything over 10 pounds would pull her right out of the boat.
Oh,
but now, what kind of a problem?
She's been getting pretty good with a rod and reel.
Look, will you? This fishing talk is just making my mouth water. First, we'd better discuss...
Yes, I know. Once I get started on fishing...
I know. All right, now. Let's get down to cases, huh?
Oh, all right, if you insist.
I insist.
Yeah, all right. Okay. I was just trying to stall off having to. You know where Lido Key is?
Lido?
Yeah, a mile or so offshore, just beyond St. Armand's Key, where we live.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, a client of mine, a man I've known for years. He retired, bought himself a piece of property there, built a nice little home on it. His name is Parley Barron.
So?
Well, I've handled all his insurance for him, including a straight life at $50,000.
Uh-huh. Beneficiary?
His wife, Flora Barron.
And what's happened to him?
Well, Friday morning, now that's the day before yesterday, he left the house just to do some errands.
Well, go on.
Yeah, well, he hadn't got back home by about 5 p.m., and his wife started calling around, trying to find out where he was, and nobody seemed to know. So finally, she put in a call to the police.
Who's your man there?
Sergeant Harry Brackett.
Oh, I remember him.
Sure.
Go on.
Well, then around 7 p.m., they found Barron's car. Found it parked down by one of the fishing docks.
But no sign of him?
Not a sign, not then or since.
Had he gone out fishing?
Police questioned everybody, the boat owners, all the boat livery, everybody. Old Will Bright, who runs the dock where the car was parked, he was closed up. Sign on the door saying he'd gone up to Gainesville.
Well, could Barron have had any reason to disappear?
Oh, no. Well, not that anyone knows of.
What kind of a person is his wife?
No, she's very sweet, Johnny. She's a bit of a bore. Oh, they doted on each other.
All right, how about enemies?
Parley Barron? Never. Sweet old guy. I sure hope you can find him. That he's still alive. I'm afraid I doubt it.
Well, so far you've given me no reason to believe he's dead.
Well, it's just a feeling, I guess, and I don't like it.
Well, what else can you tell me, Earl?
Nothing, really.
Then maybe I'd better talk to Mrs. Barron and to the police.
Yeah. Oh, here. You take my car.
Oh, thanks.
It's the new air-conditioned cad out in back of the building.
What did you do?
Oh, Michael picked me up. Now, we'll see you at the house for dinner, huh?
Well, that may depend on what I find out in the meantime.
Whenever you're ready, there's food and there's a bed waiting for you, and I hope you... Well, I just hope you find Parley Barron.
Pretty good friend of yours, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, Johnny. He was.
Earl seemed so sure that Barron was dead. I was pretty down in the mouth about it. But I wondered, did he know something about the old man that he hadn't told me? That didn't seem like Earl. He gave me the Barron's address on Lido Key, and I drove out there. Laura Barron was a fragile, gray-haired little old lady wearing steel-rimmed spectacles and with almost a sanctimonious air about her. She sat primly, properly straight in her chair as we talked, a Bible in her hand.
Then Mr. Earl Poorman has told you as much as any of us knows, Mr. Dollar.
I see. But even the smallest bit of information may hold the key to finding your husband.
Only prayer can help us now, Mr. Dollar, or help him if he's gone to the great beyond.
Well, tell me, how was he dressed on Friday morning when you last saw him?
As you see him in the picture there on the table in old gray pants and a rather tattered sport shirt and that old straw hat.
That shirt is blue?
Yes. He was so happy the day that picture was taken. He just finished making an addition to our dock with his own 2 hands. He was so proud. Now
Yes, I'm sorry.
He'd hoped to get his own little boat, too, for fishing. He loved to fish so.
Yes, well, tell me, please, do you know of anyone who might have wanted to harm your husband?
Oh, dear, no, Mr. Dollar.
And you'd had no argument or disagreement with him before he left here that morning?
We had had no disagreement even about little things in 41 years of blessed marriage. Not even about his work.
I see. What did he do before he retired, Mrs. Barron?
I had hoped you wouldn't ask that because I've always felt that the good Lord wouldn't approve.
Of his work?
I'm a very religious woman, Mr. Dollar, and as I say, in 41 years we never questioned one another's thoughts or actions. But
what was your husband's work?
I won't say that it was sinful, because he wasn't a sinful man. Parley was a good man, and many times he made it plain that his work helped to save lives, too. And I accepted it because he felt he was doing right.
Yeah, well, you still haven't told me, Mrs. Barron.
Always deep in my heart. Mr. Dollar.
Yes?
Have you thought that perhaps it may have been the intercession of divine providence that has taken Parley from us?
No.
But you must consider it, mustn't you? Because the workings of the power that guides our destinies, our birth and our
Mrs.
death,
Barron.
they are sometimes too mysterious for us mortals fully to comprehend, much less question.
Well.
And so, if my beloved Parley has been taken from us for some divine purpose, or for something he might have done unknowing that was not in accord with the supreme will.
Mrs. Barron, I'm sorry, but I would like to know what your husband's work was.
I know, and perhaps it was my humble mission on earth, the cross I had to bear to guide him away from it, to chemicals. He was a chemist, Mr. Dollar. Explosives.
Explosives?
Yes, heaven, please forgive me for not having led him into some other field.
Where did he work?
Tampa, Dufresne Chemical Corporation.
Dufresne. Oh, yes, I've heard of it.
Explosive things to kill in defiance of the Almighty's purpose, that we love one another.
Yeah, but now how long ago was this?
He retired in 1951.
And since then?
Here in Sarasota.
Uh-huh. And to keep himself occupied.
Oh, this lovely home of ours and his fishing, though he never caught anything.
Oh, I see.
Never caught anything, Mr. Dollar. Do you suppose that was some retribution for the work he had done so long, for some error in his living or thinking?
Well, who knows, of course.
Yes, who knows? But we should consider it, shouldn't we?
Where did he do his fishing?
He never told me, but he left here almost every day to try his skill. And always he came home empty-handed.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Mrs. Barron. I'm sorry to have had to ask you so many questions.
It's all right, Mr. Dollar. My faith will sustain me through this ordeal.
I'm sure it will. Thanks again.
Here, you must take some of these pamphlets with them. Read them. Any aid to piety of the mind is good for all of us.
Yes, well, thanks.
The inspired word may help us all.
Oh, sure. Thanks. Thanks very much. I like to think that on the whole, maybe I'm not too religious in the sense of going to church regularly and that sort of thing, but well, at least I try to live a decent sort of life and observe the golden rule and stick to some ideals. But in an atmosphere like that, well, I couldn't help wondering if her husband didn't have good reason for wanting to get away for a while. In any event, I'd got nowhere on the case, so I phoned Sergeant Harry Brackett. That's item 2, 10 cents. But the desk at headquarters said he wouldn't be back until about 6 p.m. And since I really had nothing to go on until I could see him, I dropped in on Earl again.
You're kidding? Then we'll take the boat, run out into the Gulf, and get some fish for dinner. It's the best time of day.
So who was I to refuse? And within the hour, we were fighting the tide through the pass between Lido and Longboat Keys on our way along into the Gulf.
Yeah, Johnny, I find I always have my best luck along about this time of day, just before sundown.
I still ought to be back there working.
Why? Sergeant Brackett won't be back at headquarters until 6 o'clock. You told me yourself. Now, what can you do until you talk to him and find out what leads he may have?
Oh, man, you are a funny one. You call me long distance to get down in a hurry, then insist I go fishing instead of working.
Don't you know, fishing's the answer to more problems than anything else in the world. You got worries? Go fishing. You'll forget them. Got a nagging wife?
Oh, don't let Mike hear you say that.
Well, she's different. Cute little shrimp. But you know what I mean. A writer, he wants ideas, he goes fishing. A businessman, A detective? Huh?
Go ahead and say it, an insurance investigator.
Sure. I'll bet that more than once when you've been stumped on a case, why, if you had just relaxed your mind by going out somewhere and wetting a line.
I wish it were that easy. And so far as this matter is concerned, I haven't even got started on it yet.
Well, relax anyway. Who knows? Maybe the answer to what's happened to poor old Parley Barron will just come to you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, sure. Instead of you chasing
Earl.
him. Huh? Yeah?
Up ahead, just to the right there.
Where? Oh, yeah. Somebody's old beat-up straw hat.
Yeah, and a little further.
You know something? The tide will carry that skimmer right smack into the
Earl,
St. Pierre. And if the fellow that lost it
Look,
knows...
further over to the right.
Huh?
What is that, floating there?
I don't know. Well, it looks like... Oh, good Lord. Johnny. It's a body, Johnny. We'll drift over to it.
It's a body, all right. And that straw hat looks exactly like one I saw in a picture this afternoon.
Here. I got it. Can you reach him, Johnny? Yeah. Here we go now. Oh, good boy. All right, now let's see. Oh.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure, Earl?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Johnny, it's poor old Parley Barron.
2 days' exposure to the elements and the creatures of the sea had made almost unrecognizable a body that Earl Portman and I found floating in the Gulf of Mexico off Sarasota, Florida. But Earl was certain it was the remains of old Parley Barron, who had disappeared 2 days before. The men on duty at police headquarters confirmed the identification and placed the body in the morgue to await the autopsy surgeon. On a hunch, I asked Earl to drive me over to Will Bright's boat dock, where Barron's car had been left parked.
It's like I just finished telling the police over the telephone. I wasn't here when poor old Barron come for his boat on Friday. Oh, what a shame, such a nice old man.
Where were you, Mr. Bright?
I was up to Gainesville picking up some fishing tackle from a wholesaler.
Well, then Mr. Barron must have got a boat from someone else that morning.
Oh, no, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Why not, Mr. Bright?
Oh, he never took out a boat from anybody else but me. His own boat. At least it was the one I kept set aside for him. And that's what kind of puzzled me, Mr. Dollar, is it?
That's right.
Well, you see, when I come back here Saturday night, his boat was right here at the dock. But it weren't tied up in its usual spot where I always tie it up.
Somebody had moved it.
Must have. And it weren't my helper, Pete.
No, Johnny, that means he may have taken it out, but whoever did him in returned it.
Oh, possibly. Mr. Bright, which one is his boat?
Oh, right here. I'll show you. I always give him the same one. Never let nobody else use it. That's why he kept his fishing tackle just laying in it, always ready to use. Here.
Yeah, I see. I've heard he wasn't a very good fisherman.
No, he never brought in a thing. Of course, maybe he was so soft-hearted he put back everything he caught.
Or maybe his daily excursions were just to get away from his wife, Mr. Bright.
Now, don't you say nothing against her, mister. Maybe she is a little touched on religion. Sure, she tries a different kind every couple of months. But she's a fine woman. Just like he was a fine man. And everybody knows it.
Yeah.
The whole town is mourning him.
Excuse me.
What are you looking for, Johnny?
Earl, I just noticed something about this tackle lying in the boat.
Well?
Come on. Thanks a lot, Mr. Bright.
Like to tell you what I think might have happened?
Yeah, maybe later, thanks.
Well, what did you find there, Johnny?
Earl, did Parley Barron ever go fishing with you? You were good friends.
No, he always wanted to go out alone.
Yeah, but not to fish.
Huh?
That tackle box hasn't been moved in months. The paint is still dark under it.
What?
And that reel, I could hardly turn it.
Well, then what?
I don't know what. But Barron was using that boat every day for something besides fishing.
Any ideas?
You know him pretty well, have you?
No.
Let's get over to headquarters. Earl felt he ought to go back to his office where his wife Mike had promised to pick him up, so I borrowed his car again and went over to headquarters alone. Sergeant Harry Brackett, who was assigned to the case, had returned. It was on the phone when I walked in on it.
The minute he gets back to town, Mrs. Dana, so please have him call me immediately, will you? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, sir, what Johnny.
Yeah, hi, Harry.
Yeah, Johnny, I'm sure glad you're here. I got a real mixed-up case on my hands.
The Parley Barron matter, huh?
Well, you know about it?
That's why I came to Sarasota. Earl Portman called me.
Have you found out anything?
Nothing much, have you?
Well, only what's here, the autopsy report.
What's in it, Harry?
Doc Snowden says that Parley Barron was dead before he was put into the water out there in the Gulf. No water in the lungs, you see what I mean? It probably means murder.
Have you told anybody this?
No, not yet.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. Maybe because I just can't figure anybody in the world would want to kill Parley Barron.
Did you talk with Will Bright down at the boat dock?
Just before you came in.
You know, it sounds like somebody went with Barron in his skiff that morning, killed him, dumped him over the side, and then brought the boat back alone, doesn't it?
Yeah, except for one thing. Pete Marino, a little kid who plays around Bright's dock all the time, he's sort of a self-appointed caretaker when Bright isn't there.
What about him?
Well, Peter saw Mr. Barron take off in his skiff Friday morning, alone.
But he didn't see him come back.
Pete went home for lunch. When he got back to the dock, the skiff was in.
Uh-huh. Then whoever did it met him out on the water somewhere. Maybe several people, so that one of them could return the skiff.
Be taking an awful chance, wouldn't it?
How do you mean?
Yeah, Doc's in a pretty isolated spot, all right, but the killer showing up in Barron's skiff without the old man along, that's too much of a chance.
How else could it be returned?
Tied.
Tied?
Little Pete says that when he got back to the dock, the skiff was there, all right, but not in its usual place.
So Will Bright mentioned.
So it wasn't tied up, it was just sitting there.
Oh, then you meant untied.
No, I meant T-I-D-E. When the tide's rising, it floats everything from the pass between Lido and Longboat Keys right up to Will's dock.
You think the boat just floated back by itself?
You got a better idea?
Harry.
Yeah?
Are you sure it was Barron's body we picked up out there? After all, the fish and whatnot disfigured it pretty badly.
Johnny, I've known him for years, and didn't Earl Pullman recognize him immediately?
Yeah.
In the clothes he was wearing, his own straw hat?
Well, have you checked on his dental work, things like that?
Waiting out for Dr. Dana. He was his dentist to get back to... You know, that's a funny thing.
What?
I called Dana the minute that body was brought in. After all, teeth are about as solid identification as you can get.
Oh, I thought you were sure anyway.
Well, I wanted to be doubly sure. Anyhow, when Dana didn't get here right away, I called him again. I got his wife on the phone, and according to her, he suddenly left for Tampa. Urgent call or something.
Where in Tampa?
She didn't know. At least she wouldn't say, but it seems kind of fishy to me.
Well, it may just be that one of his patients... Dana.
That's right.
The man who got so much publicity about atomic radiation studies, effects on the teeth and so on.
That's the one. What's the matter, Johnny?
Well, when you're stumped on a case, says Earl Pullman, go fishing. We did. We found a body.
What are you getting at?
Me, when I'm stumped, I play my hunches, no matter how crazy they may seem. And the hunch I have right now, man, is the craziest. I'll see you later. I learned a long time ago in this business, when you got a hunch on the line, you play it for all it's worth. Item 3, 10 cents for a phone call from a booth in the drugstore just around the corner.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Dana.
Yes, this is Mrs. Dana.
My name is Larkin, Mrs. Dana, from the Federal Bureau.
The Federal Bureau?
That's right, so you can see why it's important you say nothing to anyone about this call.
Well, how can I be sure you
I'm
are?
simply checking to make sure your husband has followed instructions.
Oh, I see.
Has he left for Tampa?
Why, yes, the minute he got the phone call.
Did he tell you who called?
Why, no, but I did hear him mention the name Dufresne.
Dufresne?
Yes, only he didn't know I heard. And... Oh, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Just be sure you don't mention it to anyone else.
Oh, no.
Goodbye. Item 4, 390 at the sign of the Flying Red Horse on the way to Tampa. The least I could do for the use of Earl's car was fill the gas tank, on expense account, of course. The FBI gag had worked before, so I used it again to bowl my way through the gate at Dufresne Chemical Corporation and to the office suite of Dufresne himself. I wasn't at all surprised to see activity in the suite despite the late hour.
Sir, are you the man the front gate just called about?
Yes, that's right, FBI. Which is the door to Mr. Dufresne's office?
Well, I'm afraid he has some people with him, sir. What did you say your name is?
Never mind. Is this the door?
Sir, please, we'll have to wait.
Come in, Mr. Dollar. Come in.
Oh.
I'm Arnold Dufresne. This is Dr. Dana, and this is Mr. McLaughlin of the Federal Bureau.
How are you?
We've been expecting you.
Oh, have you?
Sit down, Dollar. I guess this is your show now, McLaughlin.
My credentials, Mr. Dollar. First, I suppose I should prefer charges against you for impersonating a member of the Bureau.
Yeah, well,
I can hardly say that I blame you, though, under the circumstances. Incidentally, our man in Sarasota's had quite a time keeping track of you.
You mean there was a tail on me?
From the moment you arrived.
No kidding.
Well, we didn't dare take the chance that you might upset things for us. After all, you've a reputation for being pretty sharp. We should have anticipated that you might be called in on the case, but though we planned things very carefully, we, well, shall we say, overlooked you. Even as we almost slipped up with Dr. Dana here, who would identify that body.
Look, will you please tell me what this is all about?
A man named Poorman called you in Hartford and asked that you come here to investigate the disappearance of his old friend and client, Parley Barron, right?
Yeah, that's right. Now, where is he? What happened to Barron? Do you know?
We do. And we were afraid you might find out and let the, shall we say, cat out of the bag. That is why we were all ready to send for you to come here, but, well, as it turned out, you came all by yourself.
Mr. McLaughlin.
Parley Barron, by the way, Mr. Dollar, is all right, alive, healthy, and happy.
Then that body we picked up? Dressed in his clothes?
During the last war, Mr. Barron, as a research chemist, made vitally important contributions to our, or shall we say, national security.
Oh.
He was too valuable a man to lose, even though his wife objected to his work for religious reasons.
Yeah, I gathered that from talking to her.
Or perhaps you even thought she might somehow be implicated in his disappearance.
The thought certainly entered my mind.
Well, in any event, so that he could continue to have a happy home and at the same time carry on his tremendously important work, we arranged for the little deception that has been going on for some years now.
His so-called daily fishing trips.
That's right. But each morning in a small hidden cove, I needn't tell you where, he was picked up and brought here to Tampa to carry on his work.
Well, I'll be darned.
No one was the wiser. Even our, shall we say, competitor nations in atomic and missile research, who were bound to keep tabs on such a man, they knew only that he was working for the Dufresne Chemical Corporation.
They did know that, huh?
Well, we must suppose so. International espionage is pretty well organized these days.
But now this disappearance, Mr.
Were changes in plans for nuclear developments had made it mandatory that he spend some time in, elsewhere.
Where?
Well, shall we say, somewhere in New Mexico, something like that. So to openly send him there would have indicated to our competitors what these new developments could be. That had to be avoided at any cost. Therefore, the plan for his disappearance was carefully worked out and carried out.
Then whose body was it we picked up?
Some poor, unidentified old derelict who was on his way to Potter's Field.
I see. Well, believe me, if the Bureau functions this thoroughly in everything it does...
Oh, we try.
Well, what about Mrs. Barron?
Oh, she'll bear up. We, of course, made sure of that in the beginning. And then when her dear husband does return...
When will that be?
When his work is finished. And, of course, that'll be too late for our friends across the sea to catch up with us, and we've worked out a completely plausible story to cover his absence.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
Now, Dr. Dana here will return to Sarasota in the morning. He will confirm identification of the body that was fished from the sea with only sufficient reservation to protect his professional reputation when Parley Barron reappears.
All right. Now, when an insurance claim is filed on Barron...
Well, I'm sure Mrs. Barron won't file for some time, unless urged to by your friend Poorman.
Oh, I can prevent that without telling him anything.
That's fine. What's more, with the penchant that some companies have for... shall we say, slow action on claims?
Well, don't let them hear you say that.
Well, Barron will be back before you need to worry about it. Now, is that okay with you, Mr. Dollar?
Shall we say, okay. And once more, I tip my hat to the FBI. Expense account total, including plane fare and incidentals back to Hartford, $421.50. Remarks? For obvious reasons, I have used fictitious names throughout this report, and of course delayed filing it until obtaining official clearance. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
It's time now for Edmund O'Brien as Johnny Dollar.
Hello, Dollar. This is Carter down at Tri-State Insurance.
Yeah, I've heard of it. How are you, Bill?
Fair. Listen, we have a vice president down here who has an idiot cousin selling insurance for us in New York City. Well, he's done it again.
Did you call me for advice or sympathy?
He just sold a $15,000 policy covering a pair of antique pistols for the trip from here to a buyer in Boston.
Well, some of those old weapons are worth it.
Well, these must be. That's why I want you to see that they get there. According to this Leonard Bonney, who brought the pistols this far from England, somebody tried twice to steal them. That we learned after he bought the policy. Will you take the job?
Okay, Bill. And when can I talk to this Bonnie?
He's at the doctor's, but he'll be back in my office in an hour.
Doctor's?
Yeah. The last time the thugs jumped him, they put a knife through his arm.
Edmund O'Brien in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office Tri-State Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Attention, William Carter. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during assignment on the Queen Anne pistol matter. Expense account item 1, $1.75 cab fare from my apartment to your office, where I was introduced to Leonard Bonney, a tallish, badly proportioned man whose pasty complexion was just a shade darker than the sling that supported his left arm.
Well, it's a pleasure, Mr. Dollar, a pleasure.
Thanks. You've had a pretty rough go of it.
That's right. And it's the truth that I'm glad to see somebody else taking the responsibility.
You might tell Mr. Dollar about these attacks on you.
Oh, yeah, I'd be happy to, Mr. Carter. The first time was in Liverpool before I boarded ship to come across. They came out from between two buildings near the wharf, 3 of them. They handed me a whack on the bean, and that's the truth. And before they could lay another hand on me, I raced off.
Did you have the pistols with you?
Oh, no. And I didn't have them in New York when another gang attacked me. They almost killed me with that knife.
The pistols are here, Dollar. Would you like to see them? Yeah, I would.
Here, I'll open the case.
The box he opened was leather-bound and satin-lined. 2 pistols nestled in it, graceful flintlocks with 10-inch forged barrels, upon which were engraved a coronet and a name so faint that I couldn't make it out.
They're from the 18th century. They're worth £10,000 as a collector's item.
Where do they go?
Oh, to an antique gun shop at 272 Medford Street in Boston. The proprietor's name is Arthur Worthing. He's a British chap. He wears spectacles. You'll recognize him.
Will you be coming with me?
Me? I don't think no. I've had enough. I'll stay here and wait word from Mr. Carter that the pistols have got there safe. Oh, no. I've had enough.
The rest of the rundown was given to me before I left the office. Leonard Bonney had been hired as a messenger by the seller in London, who had explained the value of the guns, but had not mentioned any potential danger of attempted theft. With that information and the pistol case tucked into a corner of my luggage, I made arrangements to leave. Expense account item 2, $9.75 airfare and incidental expenses between Hartford and Boston. The address on Medford Street that Bonney had given to me was on the fringe of the retail district. There was a sign, and there were a few dusty weapons in the window.
Good day, sir.
Hello, you Arthur Worthing?
Yes, I am.
My name's Dollar. I've been hired by the Tri-State...
Mr. Bonney telegraphed me to expect you. The package, sir. I see you have the package.
Yeah, I have it.
This is a day I have long anticipated, sir. There. 2 masterpieces from the shop of James Freeman, Norwich, circa 1705. Sir, are you a fancier of arms?
Nothing antique.
Oh, that's a pity, sir, a pity. Fascinating study. These pistols have quite a remarkable history. Fashioned during Queen Anne's reign and gave service during one of Europe's blackest eras.
Yeah, they're pretty. But I like mine with less history and more shocking power.
As might be supposed, sir, the English gunsmiths prospered during those stirring times, profiting by the constant demands for muskets and pistols to supply the good Queen's armies in Flanders.
Ah, is that right? Well, I have a paper for you to
These
sign.
weapons, sir, rode through the campaigns at the belt of an officer raised near Norwich. And if the truth were known, sir, more than one murder has been committed not only by them, but because of them. Tell me, sir, were you followed?
Not that I know of. Now, if I could get your signature on this release,
Just a moment, young man. I believe that the assurance policy purchased by Mr. Bonney is in effect until the pistols rest in the possession of the purchaser. Is that not correct?
You're not the buyer?
Well, unfortunately, sir, a price of $20,000 is a great deal too dear for me.
Well, who is it then and where?
A Mr. and Mrs. Jack Rollins Bride.
Bride. Okay. Address?
Yes, I'll jot it down for you. Just a moment. 8 Victoria Drive. There you are. It's a large rest on the left flank as you approach it from the east.
I think I can find it.
Now, give the pistols, Bride, and tell them that either Mr. Bonney or myself will contact them at the earliest opportunity.
All right, I'll get back to you by phone.
afternoon, sir.
I have a package to deliver to either Mr. or Mrs. Bride. Are they at home?
Yes, sir. I'll take it to them.
Well, my instructions are to give it to them personally.
Who is it, Dean?
A gentleman with a parcel for you, madam.
A parcel?
My name is Dollar. Are you Mrs. Bride?
Yes.
Well, here are your pistols for Mr. Worthing.
But come in. Mr. Worthing, I don't understand.
Well, maybe your husband knows about it.
Yes, perhaps that's... Oh! Oh, no!
Madam!
What's the matter?
You can't! You can't!
What's the matter, Mrs. Bride?
Well, good heavens, Estelle, what's the trouble? Who is this man? What's it? Oh. Take Mrs. Bride to her room, Dean.
No, Jack. I want to know. What does it mean, Jack? What does it mean?
Be quiet, Estelle. I'll take care of this.
Come along, Mrs. Bride. I'll help you to your room and get you a bromide.
Now, what do you want?
No, I don't want anything but your signature on this paper, acknowledging your receipt of the pistols described therein.
You'll get no signature from me. Here, let me see that.
Hey, watch it, will you?
Leonard Bonney. He's here in America.
That's what he said his name was. I brought the pistols from Hartford to a man named Arthur Worthing. He sent me to you.
Who's Arthur Worthing?
I took it that you knew one another. He's a dealer in antique weapons.
Yes, of course. Get out of here. Take this fake form and take your pistols. Go back to your Mr. Worthing. Your bluff won't work.
Now, listen,
I don't believe that Bonnie is here. I don't think he's still alive. Now, get out of here!
I didn't bother to argue with him because, as far as I could see then, he was either terrified, crazy, or both. With the pistols, I took the shortest route back to Arthur Worthing's gun shop on Medford Street. I should have saved myself the anger I'd built up to let go at Worthing. The place was not only locked, it was empty of antique weapons. And Arthur Worthing's sign had been replaced in the window by another which read, Office or Store for Rent. Inquire number 13 Groves Building. I decided not to. Expense account item 3, 70 cents, day letter to Tri-State reporting my lack of progress. And expense account item 4, same as item 2, transportation back to Hartford. My phone was ringing when I unlocked the door of my apartment at 10 that night. Johnny Dollar.
Bill Carter, Johnny. Did I interrupt something?
Yeah, I just got in. Just came through the door.
That's crazy business in Boston. What do you make of it?
Well, the man called it blackmail, so I guess that's what it is. But what reason there was for using me, I don't get, unless they figured Bride would get violent.
I've been trying to reach that Bonnie. He left a phone number.
What'd you get, the city pound?
No, some woman with an accent so thick we can't understand each other.
Well, forget it. Bonnie just made it up. He was lying in his teeth about everything.
Do you have the pistols?
Yeah, but not for long. I'm bringing them down to your vault in the morning.
Good. Stop by my office. Aren't you curious about this thing?
No, not even intrigued. I don't want any part of it. That was only half true. I didn't want any part of it, but I was intrigued. Later, after a shower and over a highball, I took the pistols out of their case and looked them over. Except for the possibility that they were the tools of blackmail, I could find nothing to make them worth $20,000. But under a strong light, I did make out the name engraved on the barrel that I hadn't been able to read before. It was Bride, as in Mr. and Mrs. Jack Rowland's Bride. And the date behind it was 1704. I wondered what there was about something out of the 18th century that could send a 20th century woman into hysterics. The next day, I saw the pistols put under lock and key, started to work on another case, and tried to forget the whole thing. But I was reminded of it again by the caller who was waiting for me in the corridor outside my apartment that night, the Bride's butler.
I hope you'll pardon my intrusion, sir. You must know why I've come.
Well, I can guess.
I shan't take up much of your time. But if I could just talk to you.
All right, we'll go inside.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Sit down.
I'll stand, sir. Could you possibly give me the pistols, Mr. Dollar?
No.
But why not, sir?
Well, the main reason is I don't have them. Bride didn't seem to want them when I tried to give them to him.
Oh, but he did, sir. If he balked putting his signature on the form which described them, it would have become an admission that he had received them.
What's he afraid of?
I couldn't say, sir. He told me that he wouldn't be able to answer for the consequences if I failed to bring them back.
What does that mean?
Mr. Bride is a very violent and sudden man.
Look, I'm through with the case. I turned the guns back to the company that insured them, and he can get them by going down there and signing that release.
I beg of you, sir, get them tomorrow morning and give them to me.
I can't.
Possibly because they aren't there.
It felt like a beastie. Then I got a look at the vial in his hand and the needle. His expressionless face watching me became diffused and was streaked with flashes of red. I tried to reach for the face, but it swirled away and out of sight. I took one stumbling step after it. That was the best I could do.
Come on now, laddie. Come on now, laddie. Open your eyes. You can do it now. You can do it. Yeah, you feel that? You can feel that all right, can't you? Come on now. You're all better now, aren't you? Now, hold on now. Don't slip away again. Wake up. That's better. I'm Mr. Bonnie, remember me? Darling, none of that. You're all right. I'll put you on your bed. You're in your flat.
Where'd you come from?
Oh, it's a good thing I came from somewhere. I've been playing touch and go with you since 6 o'clock. First you'd come to, and then you'd go again.
Which time? What time is it?
Past 9. Yeah, you drink some of this. I looked for some tea, but I couldn't find any. I'm not too handy at making coffee. Yeah, is that hot enough?
Yeah.
Oh, now, what happened to you?
I don't know. Dope. He jabbed me in the arm.
Who was he? Bride?
Oh, come on, leave me alone, will you?
Oh, no, you don't. I've had enough of this. You stay awake. Come on now.
That treatment went on for another 45 minutes. That and the coffee. From the bed, I could see that my apartment had been torn to pieces. I was too sick to be angry about it. And when I could sit up and put my feet on the floor, I realized without surprise that Bonnie's arm was no longer in a sling. In fact, there was a Webley automatic in his hand.
Oh, that. Well, the surgeon said I wouldn't need the sling anymore.
Oh, you are a lying...
Now, stand up now. Come on. Did he get those pistols?
Who?
Bride. Whoever it was tore up your flat looking for them.
No, he didn't get them. And you aren't going to get them either.
Oh, yeah, now, you got an head on your shoulders. You use it. Where are they?
You'll have to do more than wave that automatic around to get them. They're in a vault downtown.
What do you want? A share for yourself?
Look, it was your idea to insure those things. Bride wouldn't receive them, and the company wants to protect them until he does. You must have known that. Why did you insure them?
Well, it was Worthing's plan. I told him it was too tricky. You're in a fine mess now. I've got to take you to him.
Why? I can't do anything.
Don't you ask so many questions. You just come along.
He gun-muzzled me out of my apartment and into a car. If I'd been in better shape, I might have been able to break away from him. But with my system still full of dope, I didn't have either the will or the energy for a try. I only half remember the trip, but the end of it was a shabby hotel within earshot of the harbor in Boston.
It's Bonnie. I brought Mr. Dollar.
Capital, Bonnie. Capital. Come in. You're white as a ghost, Mr. Dollar. Are you ill?
Yeah, and you don't help.
They put a needle into him trying to get the pistols.
Oh, what a pity. What a pity. Sit down, sir. Sit down, please, by all means. Did they get them?
Well, he says no, and if he's telling the truth, we're in a mess.
In a mess, Bonnie?
He says the pistols are locked up at the insurance company in Hartford.
Well, now, is that the truth?
I don't see why that should be hard to believe.
Now, what do you say to that? I told you it wouldn't work. You and your complicated plans. Now we've lost the whole thing.
Nonsense, Bonnie, nonsense. Why, actually, the pistols are of no consequence whatsoever.
Well, they were important right enough in London when we talked about coming here with them.
Of course they were, Bonnie, but now they've served their purpose. The brides have seen them. You have spoken to them on the phone. It only remains for you to collect the money. The end of the past, Bunny.
Well, I think we need to.
Well, Mr. Dollar, it suddenly occurs to me that I have spilled the beans, as you Yank so quaintly put it. I've told you the truth.
I don't want to know the truth.
Why don't you keep quiet, Worthing?
That's a good idea. Until I get out of here anyway.
Bunny, stop him.
Look, I have no place in this. Just leave me alone.
Bunny, stop him, or everything is lost.
All right, me bucko, come on back.
God, get away from me.
Come on now. You don't feel so good, and I hate to make you feel... Whoa! Yeah. That's right now. Back in the chair.
What do you want? You want me to know what's going on? I do. Blackmail.
Yes, of the grossest sort, sir. We shall be handsomely paid by the brides to keep secret a 2-year-old murder of which they are guilty.
I don't care.
Why don't you keep quiet, Worthing?
Well, Mr. Dollar?
If you expect me to be surprised, I'll have to disappoint you. What else could it be? But why were you stupid enough to think that he'd sign that release?
Yes, I shall have to admit that my sights were too high. But a signed admission... It was such a devilishly clever scheme, I was forced to have a try at it.
And why keep me involved in it?
Because you are a witness, so to speak. Now, be patient, sir.
After being dragged into the lives of people I don't know and don't want to know, after being drugged and knocked around by your gunmen?
Enough of that. And now, Bunny, the hour to strike has come. I will meet the brides. Here. Oh, by the way, let me have your Webley.
Well, what about me?
You, at the same time, will be at the bride residence waiting for them to return and make the initial payment of our $20,000. The contest is won, Bunny.
I hope you're right, Worthing. It's been a long one.
Yes, it has. A splendid quest.
He made a phone call to the brides, and Bonnie left. Worthing concentrated on the Webley automatic while we waited, and I concentrated on my head. By the time the brides arrived an hour later, I was almost able to stand without staggering.
Well. Mr. and Mrs. Bright, late of Norwich. Our paths at last cross. Please, come in. I am Arthur Worthing. You don't know me, but I assure you that you will. Oh, you remember Mr. Dollar?
Yes.
We should hardly forget him.
You're not alone there.
I'm afraid I have most distressing news for you, Mr. and Mrs. Bride. I shall be unable to make deliveries since Mr. Dollar has gained possession of the pistols and steadfastly refuses to part with them. He is a veritable thorn in my side.
Do you expect sympathy from us, Mr. Worthing?
Well, indeed, I expect nothing of the sort. No more than your uncle, the Duke of Pembroke, would have expected from you had he known your true thoughts before you had him murdered.
Are you lecturing, Worthing? You're planning to profit from the same death.
Yes, quite a profitable death to everyone but the poor Duke. The estate fortune to the brides and to the others of us who nibble at the edges, a small share. Even you, Mr. Dollar, earned a penny or two.
Cut this short, will you? It's a little too thick for me.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Bride, you both understand the terms that Leonard Barney and I have decided upon. We, in turn, agree to maintain complete silence in regard to your part in the murder of the Duke of Pembroke between 6 and 7 p.m., 8 October 1948, at which time, according to knowledge shared by us, a killer hired by yourselves did shoot said Duke to death.
How can we be sure if, as you tell us, Dollar refuses to give up the pistols?
Mr. Dollar?
Leave me out of this.
An unfortunate situation, but one of minor importance. The theft of the pistols has become, according to your plans, the generally accepted motive for the murder, in view of their extreme value, and since they did indeed disappear. But who would correlate them to the true story?
Oh, Jack, we could never be sure.
Quiet, Estelle.
My word will be kept. But Bonnie, I readily admit I do not know. The proof of your guilt lies with him, and he may decide that he needs more money one day. But the negotiation's at hand. The cost to you, $20,000. $5,000 to be paid tonight to Bonnie, who now awaits you at your residence. The rest within the next 7 days.
Oh, I don't see how it's going to be possible.
Oh, come now. Surely, rather than sacrifice the gracious life the Duke's fortune is affording you...
I don't know. The time is so short.
We'll manage it still. There must be a way. We have the $5,000.
Bonnie will be waiting for you.
Now Mr. Dollar has heard the story. What good is buying your silence when first he knows and then someone else knows and someone else... I can't...
Still! In heaven's name, Bride, do you want the police to descend upon us? Then we all would be lost. All but Leonard Bonnie.
I'm going to the police. I want them to know.
Stop it, Estelle.
Take her now and go meet Bonnie.
Come along, Estelle. We'll go home.
Convince her, Bride, that there is no reason to fear Dollar's knowledge. I have my own plans for him.
Worthing's success made him careless. Calling his orders to the brides, he was a quarter turn away from me. As soon as the door closed, I moved. As far as I was concerned, it was a toss-up between being a good citizen and phoning the police or using my head and leaving. I decided on a compromise, an anonymous report. I leaned over him to double-check his name and started through his pockets. His inside coat pocket gave me a week-old receipt for the weapons with which he dressed up his phony gun shop. His wallet held some money, but no identification. I patted aside coat pockets. They were cluttered with the usual men's debris and nothing else. But I patted the empty pockets again, and down at the bottom of the right one, I felt a thin, rectangular object. It was inside the coat lining. I got my fingers into the seam and ripped. The object was a card set into a plate of transparent plastic. It said, Arthur T. Worthing, Inspector, C.I.D., Scotland Yard. Oh, the devil. Hey, Inspector Worthing.
I say that was rather...
Here, try some of this.
Thank you. Well, I must say that you're an extraordinary ally, Mr. Dollar.
It would help, you know, if your allies knew they were allies instead of pigeons. Do you want to try and get up?
Not yet, I think. A vicious pummeling. But more about that later. Suffice it to say that I've been posing as a blackmailer for so long that I scarcely know what I am myself. I couldn't shed my disguise in front of you until the final details were arranged.
What is this approach of yours?
Approach, sir?
This crazy scheme. Here, come on, take my hand.
Oh, thank you. Not crazy, sir. Intricate, perhaps, but I did obtain a confession, didn't I? With you as a witness. During the investigation in England, no effort was enough to swerve the brides from their story of their murder. I had to turn criminal to meet them on a common level and gain the truth.
And did you have in mind stopping the brides before they commit another murder or after?
That's an odd question, sir.
Oh, no, not since this is making sense. Not since you baited Bride with the idea that Bonnie was the only one that could prove them guilty of murder.
Impeccable truth, Mr. Dollar, since it was Bonnie they hired to commit their crime. If the brides were apprehended at the scene immediately after they had murdered that miserable little cutthroat known as Bonnie, well, then, they'd be hard-pressed to find a valid reason for not confessing to the original murder of the Duke, would they not now?
I think you softened the wife up to the point where she'd spill.
Yes, by Jove, I believe you've hit the nail squarely on the head. We'll phone the police to go there.
I think you hit the same nail on the head when you palled up with Bonnie and talked him into coming over here with blackmail in mind.
Yes, you're right. This has been a personal matter. The Duke of Pembroke was my friend. As I said, nothing could be done in England, so here I am. Unofficially, of course. I suggest now that I phone the police, don't you?
Here you are, driver. Keep it.
Thank you, sir. And good night, you.
Good night, young man. Well, no sign of the police, Dollar.
They'll arrive quietly. We'd better get up to the house. We dropped our cab a few yards down from the bride address. When we got there, we took the driveway. There was a light in a room I'd spotted the last time I was there, a library. We angled off toward it, but before we reached it, a look I tossed over my shoulder stopped me. Behind us in the street, I could see a swarm of uniformed figures slipping silently toward us. They were close, but not close enough.
Now, boys, don't do it. Look, I'll figure it out. I'll go back to England. You'll never be bothered by me.
Talbot, take 3 men and cover the rear.
All right,
come on, you guys. Let's go this way.
The inspector got what he wanted, the murder of the gunman Bonnie and the arrest of the brides. Justice is supposed to move in straight, formal lines. When that kind misfires, I guess it's cricket to go devious. He brought a victim as well as a motive clear across the Atlantic to set up the playoff scene. Expense account item 5, same as number 2, transportation back to Hartford. Item 6, miscellaneous. You'll have to admit I deserve something for what I went through. $150. Expense account total, $365.35. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Edmund O'Brien as...
Johnny Dollar.
Is this Mr. Dollar, the insurance investigator?
That's right.
My name is Mason, Carl Mason. I'm an adjuster from Sierra All Risk, a West Coast company.
Yeah?
I need some help. I flew east to meet the claim of a beneficiary, a $40,000 policy. Her name is Jackie Cleaver. Now that I'm here, I can't find her.
You mean she's missing?
I can't find her. I have an address, but it led me up a blind alley. I've got the authority to hire you if you're free.
We can talk about it.
Good. I had correspondence with her just last week. It's strange she should drop out of sight so suddenly.
Edmund O'Brien in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Sierra All Risk Insurance Company, 5th and Hill Streets, Los Angeles, California. The following, like it or not, is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Jackie Cleaver matter. Expense account item 1, $250, cab fare from my apartment to the Excelsior Hotel, Hartford, where I was directed to room 216 and Mr. Carl Mason.
I'm having drinks sent up. Or is this too early for you, Eastman?
Well, it's a little for me, thanks.
It's the first time I've been in this part of the country for 6 years. One thing you can say for it, it doesn't change, except for the weather. The West changes every day.
So I've heard.
I'm still growing up. I heard a lot of good things about you, Dollar.
No? That's something new.
When I ran into this stone wall looking for this Jackie Cleaver, I called a few of the companies around here. They all suggested you.
Probably to keep me out of their hair. What's the background on this thing?
I've got it all here. Policies in the name of Schumacher, Howard Schumacher. He was killed in a traffic accident out there. Lots of them, you know. Here, see? Her address was listed as 382 Gardner Street in Manchester. That's just a few miles east of here.
I know the place. What'd you learn there?
It's a queer sort of a place. A man running around in trousers and a set of long underwear. I got the idea that he was lying to me.
What did he say?
That she hadn't lived there in 2 months. Now, how could that be when I've had correspondence with this Cleaver woman in the past 2 weeks?
The mail could have been forwarded to someplace else from the Manchester post office. What was the return address on her letters to you?
I didn't notice. You'd think she would have mentioned any change, but she didn't. This man, Forsland was his name, said she moved to a place called Middletown, but he didn't have an address. I went over there, but it's too big a place for an untrained man like me.
Let me see that. This says she's Schumacher's wife.
Ex-wife, I believe. Will you take it over for me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take a crack at it, anyway.
Good. You can take these forms with you. This is the one we want signed. And here's one of my business cards. I'll jot the phone and room number down for you.
Thanks. I'll let you know what I find out. Expense account item 2, $35, car rental and mileage. It was 3 o'clock when I left the Excelsior Hotel, but I figured there was enough left of the afternoon to make the short trip to Manchester and back. Jackie Cleaver's address there was a big frame house set back from the street at the edge of town. A sign that stuck out from a snowdrift called it a convalescent home.
Yes?
You Mr. Forsland?
I am.
Well, my name is Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator.
Are you the same as that other one?
I'd like to talk to you about the same woman.
Well, you better come in. We've got to close the door one way or t'other.
Thanks.
Yeah. Might find it too warm in here. Got to keep it that way for my patients.
Now, what's the matter with that Cleaver woman?
Nothing that I know of. Man left her $40,000. I'm trying to find her so she can get it.
$40,000? Wouldn't take you long to find me, I can tell you that.
Are you sure she didn't say anything about where she was going when she left here?
Well, she just picked up and packed one morning saying she'd write, which she never did.
She give any reason?
Said she needed a change.
Was she an invalid?
Not so as you can notice. Came here for a rest, she said. She was well enough to go clean into Hartford to a bank when a check came twice a month.
Did she have any friends I could look up? Anyone come to see her?
Nobody, I'd say. She was a lonely woman. Wouldn't talk about herself.
Did you happen to notice where her mail came from?
Wasn't any except for checks. They came from California, Los Angeles.
Uh-huh. Well, I won't take up any more of your time, Mr. Forsland. Thanks a lot.
Not so much good, I can tell you.
Oh, what does she look like? I've never seen her.
40-ish, I'd say. Well turned out for that age. Add a bit of color to her hair, I expect. That was brown. Sharpest features and knowing eyes. Saw a lot of life in her time, I'd say. She was strange. Not peculiar, you understand, just strange.
I caught the Manchester post office before it closed, and a cooperative clerk there gave me her forwarding address in Middletown. It's about 15 miles south of Hartford, and I drove down there after dinner that same night. It wasn't quite the setting you'd expect for a divorcee who received checks from California twice a month, and who was in line for $40,000. It was a ratty little hotel on the darker end of town. There was one man in the lobby and one woman behind the desk.
Oh, good evening, mister. What'll it be?
I understand you have a Mrs. Jackie Cleaver staying here.
Jackie Cleaver. You kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. Is she in?
She don't stay here anymore.
You know where she went?
It's hard to tell about Jackie. What do you want with her, honey?
An insurance company wants to find her. Somebody left her $40,000 in a policy.
Are you kidding?
She was married to a man named Schumacher in California.
Jackie was married?
And divorced. But she stayed on as beneficiary.
She never said anything about that marriage, but there's plenty of her that doesn't come out.
You sound like you know her pretty well.
Not as well as some, I guess.
When did she leave here?
Oh, 2 or 3 weeks ago, anyway. I can look it up.
More important, do you know where she went?
No, not exactly. She said something about New Haven. You might try the Bridgeport house.
All right, I will.
Imagine her married. That must be why she got those checks from out west.
They came here, too?
Yeah, alimony. Well, that's Jackie. I hope you find her, mister.
Thanks, so do I.
Hey,
Yeah?
I'll walk out with you.
All right.
What's this about Jackie?
You must have heard all of it if you heard any. Are you a friend of hers?
Yeah. Yeah, who was this Schumacher you say she was married to?
I don't know. What's all the mystery about her?
Oh, there's no mystery. She's restless, likes to move around.
Beneficiaries get paid off every day. Everything about this thing is normal but her. Why is she so hard to find?
Oh, maybe she don't want to get found by every Tom, Dick, and Harry passing through.
It's none of my business. I'm being paid to get her signature on a form, then she gets her money.
Are you from the West Coast?
No, I'm from Hartford.
Well, maybe I could locate her for you. What then?
I'll give you my card. You can phone me at my apartment.
That? Dollar, huh? All right, Dollar, I'll see what I can do.
Excelsior Hotel, good evening.
Mr. Carl Mason, please, is in room 216.
Just a moment, please.
Yes?
This is Dollar, Mr. Mason.
Oh, what luck have you had?
I'm not sure yet. Just got home from Middletown. I met a man down there who thought he knew where she was. Hey, what do you know about her?
Nothing at all. Why?
Well, it looks to me like she's on the run from something.
You know, I thought there was something funny about that place in Manchester. What else have you run into?
Well, it's just obvious that she wants to stay out of sight, that's all.
Well, we don't care about that. We just want to get our books cleared.
Yeah. I gotta hang up now.
I'll be here if anything comes up.
All right. Bye, Mason.
This is him, Bert.
Get back inside, darling. Well, it didn't take you long to get here, did it?
Stay away from the telephone. Sit down over here.
What's the automatic for?
To show you how serious we are about this.
About what?
You were talking to somebody named Mason. What's the rest of it?
Look, I'm not used to being pushed around in my own apartment. Don't push too hard or I might make you use that gun.
Calm down. Was it Carl Mason?
What if it was?
Where is he?
Go find him.
I don't want to beat it out of you if I don't have to.
Hey, Bert, never mind. Here it is. It's card by the telephone.
Give me that.
Get off, you.
Drop it, Dollar. Drop it. All right, come here. I'll give you a chance to try that again, I promise you.
Come on, Dollar, get up. Happy, go get a dish towel or something to stop his head bleeding.
I don't owe it to him.
Come on, get up. Now, how much trouble are you going to give us?
How much do you want?
What do you know about all this?
Oh, what?
I want to know how much Mason told you.
About what?
About Jackie. Don't play it smart with me.
I couldn't if I wanted to. He didn't tell me anything.
Did he come alone?
Mason? How the devil should I know how he came?
Here's your towel, Dollar. You're wrecking your suit.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, sure.
You got a license in this state, so I'm going to take a chance on you.
What does that mean?
I want you to stop looking for Jackie. There's going to be trouble anyhow. But if you don't stop, there's going to be more. Let me see that card, Happy.
Yeah, that was handy, wasn't it?
The Excelsior.
Hey, what about Dollar?
I don't know. Be tough taking him with us. The way he looks, somebody'd notice him.
You want me to go down?
I better go, I guess. You stay here with him. Keep him away from that phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good luck, Bert.
Thanks. Give me 25 minutes, and you can get out of here. See you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What's it all about, Happy?
Well, now, this thing is too big for the both of us, as they say. Now, don't talk about it. Just pretend you're here alone and your phone is out of order.
I thought I knew what to expect at the hotel after the one called Happy had left, and I was able to get down there. But I was only half right. Excuse me, could I get through, please?
Hey, mister, you can't go in there.
Here's my ID. I was working for Mason.
Oh, I'm the house detective. Come on.
Where is he?
In the bathroom. I closed the door.
He'd evidently been blasted into the bathroom by the shock of a heavy caliber gun that had taken him in the middle of the abdomen and the chest. But it wasn't Carl Mason. It was the gunman who'd come to kill him. The one called Bert. Except for one unfortunate coincidence, I probably would have been able to drop the whole matter right there. And I would have, gladly. But it turned out that the lieutenant assigned the case was an acquaintance of mine. He had once informed me that a friend of his was on the state board from which I got my license, and he had never let me forget it.
Now, John, you tell me this fellow Mace hired you?
Name's Mason, Schiller. Carl Mason.
Oh, I jotted it down with a dull pencil. It's hard to read. Yeah. Mason. He hired you to get the signature of this Cleaver woman. Now, who is she?
I wish I knew. I wasn't able to find her.
Well, now, who did this Mason say she was?
It's pretty obvious he fed me a pack of lies. Looks like he hired me to put the finger on her.
Oh, why would he do that?
I don't know, Schiller. If I'd known, I wouldn't be here.
Now, you ought to be more careful who you hire out to, John. Now, let's see. You say that a second man named Happy held you in your apartment at gunpoint while the other one, the deceased, became this hotel room. Is that true?
Of course it's true. If you were any kind of a policeman, things like that wouldn't happen to honest taxpayers.
You haven't been in trouble in Hartford for quite a while, have you, John?
Not this kind.
I'm surprised you didn't try to notify the police prior to the shooting.
I did. Look at my head. And now you're asking me to risk infection just so you can write a lot of illegible nonsense in that notebook of yours.
Now, John, let's start over in a better mood.
force has always cooperated with you. At least I have. You ought to be more thankful.
All right, Schiller. But please, put away the pencil and let me tell you what I know. Mason evidently came from the West Coast to find the Cleaver woman.
Why the West Coast?
Well, he had forms and a business card from a Western insurance company. She had been receiving mail from California. The guy called Happy mentioned the West Coast. Now, how would that add up? Florida?
Yeah. Go ahead.
He's your man, Schiller. And he's going to be halfway back to the West Coast unless you remember your training, get some men to cover the airlines and railroads, and get some roadblocks out.
Yeah, I was planning to.
You want anything more from me?
You can't just drop this thing, John. How would that look in my report?
What do you want me to do, Schiller?
Find that woman. No use my wasting men when you've already started on it.
Expense account item 3, $10 to the hotel doctor who stitched and bandaged my head. Item 4, $1.30, night letter to a West Coast detective agency asking for a rundown on both Carl Mason and Jackie Cleaver. Then at about 11, I started back to the hotel in Middletown.
Must have dropped off. Oh, it's you again.
Yeah. Where is everybody?
Who?
The guy who was in the lobby the last time I was here.
Place is all yours. Hasn't been a soul in since you left, I don't think.
Does he live here?
I'm not so sure I know just which one you mean.
I think you do. They call him Happy, which he isn't going to be when I find him.
I don't think I know him. What's the matter, honey?
Enough to make it smart for you to level with me, honey. The police aren't far behind me.
What do you want?
I want Happy. Does he live here?
No. He just hangs around once in a while. Got a girlfriend lives here.
Yeah? Where is she?
She's not home. She's sick in the hospital.
Which one?
The county hospital.
What's her name?
Nadine Williams. What's the matter with Happy?
He and another guy named Bert something teamed up to get rid of somebody, but it backfired. Bert was killed.
Oh.
What is there about Jackie Cleaver that could cause this trouble?
I don't know anything about it.
If you're holding things back from me, I can have the police drag you in.
I don't know what it's all about with Jackie. But I can tell you a few places where you might find Happy.
What's his real name?
Snell Chandler.
He was going to meet Bert tonight. Do you know where?
A couple of places. One's the Wigwam. That's a roadhouse on the highway south of here. The other's further. Tower in New London.
All right, I'll check him. If he happens to come in here again, tell him what happened. And tell him he can do himself some good by talking to me before the police get to him.
I don't think he'll come back here, not with trouble like this.
He probably doesn't know about it yet.
Oh, hadn't thought of that. All right, if I see him, I'll tell him what you said.
Say, I don't have the brand you ordered, but I got some others.
It's all right. Just any kind of dark rum.
This okay?
Sure.
Get a big call for rum when it's as cold as this. Try that.
That's fine. Say, has Happy Chandler been in tonight?
Happy who?
Not the famous one.
Oh, I thought you were pulling my leg. No, nobody with that name comes in here. We get a pretty steady set of customers here. Oh, once in a while, somebody driving by drops in. Maybe you got your signals mixed.
That could be.
Still, there isn't another wigwam around here that I know of.
Somebody told me he comes in here.
Not that I know of. How about another one?
No, thanks. What do I owe you?
50 cents.
Thanks.
Thank you. Sorry you got mixed up.
Dollar. Over here.
It's a lot warmer inside, isn't it, Happy?
No, I just got here. Look, May at the hotel gave you a bum steer, see? Don't be too rough on her. She has to play along with us or she couldn't stay in business.
You're here. That's all I care about.
She phoned and told me what happened, so I came over here to talk it over with you. Bert didn't meet me, so I guess it's straight about him, huh?
You'll read about it.
Did Mason get away?
Temporarily. But I don't think he'll get out of the area. Police have it covered.
Well, I wish him luck. You told me I could do myself some good if I talked to you before the police pick me up.
That's the way I see it. You're in a bad spot. But if you play ball with me, I'll do the same for you.
Keep coming.
I didn't know who you were when you and Bert conspired for a killing. That's a rap I might save you. The police don't have your name yet, or your description, or the name of the hotel in Middletown.
But what do you want?
The Cleaver woman. She's the middle of this mess.
She's clean. She didn't do anything.
She must have to bring Mason all the way from the West Coast after her. Bert died trying to stop him. She must have done something to rate all that action.
I mean, as far as tonight goes, she's out of the picture. She doesn't even know what happened. What would you do with her?
The police want to talk to her. If she's clean, as you say, she shouldn't mind that.
Oh, I don't think she would.
You what?
What's the matter? Don't you believe me? She wouldn't. She's got no reason to be afraid of the police.
Well, it's holding us up then.
Well, it's too late tonight. Look, I got to make a couple of calls. You'll be in your apartment tomorrow morning. I'll phone you about 10.
Okay, Happy. I'd call myself stupid except you showed up here tonight and you didn't have to.
You'll hear from me. I'll call at 10.
The first thing I got the next morning was the information I'd wired for. Carl Mason was a disbarred lawyer who had linked himself with a syndicate that until recently had controlled the wire service, etc., of 4 western states. The machine had been destroyed by the Supreme Court testimony of a state's witness. The rundown on Jackie Cleaver filled out the rest. She had been the witness. Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, this is Mason.
Who?
Carl Mason.
Oh, well.
I want to give myself up, Dollar, but I want you to take me in.
Why?
I've read the papers this morning. Since you were held by these gunmen, you'll be important to my plea.
What plea is that?
I can build the tightest case on self-defense Connecticut has ever seen, and you know it. You know that man was on his way to kill me.
Yeah?
But you were wrong about my motives for coming here. I didn't intend to do Miss Cleaver any harm.
I think you've made a good choice. It'd be tough to prove what your motives were.
I want your statement as part of the formal arrest. Where can I meet you and when?
Be better for me later in the day, maybe right afternoon. You all right where you are?
Yes, I think so.
It's a good thing you didn't try to leave town. They got everything covered.
I thought they would have. All right, Dollar. I'll wait where I am and call back at 12:30.
I'll be here. Goodbye. Hello?
Hey, your phone's been busy.
Oh, is this Happy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, somebody had a job for me. What's happening with you?
Jackie's with me. What's the name of the cop in charge of Bert's killing?
Lieutenant Schiller.
Schiller. Schiller, is he a precinct man or from downtown?
Downtown.
You have him in his office at 11. Jackie will meet you there.
I'll meet her at the desk out front.
All right. I'll have her there.
And he did. I recognized her from the description as she walked through the door. Dark, nicely featured, and wearing conservative clothes. She held out a gloved hand when I told her who I was.
Well, Mr. Dollar, I didn't have any idea I was causing everyone so much trouble.
Well, you are hard to locate.
I've had to be. Where's the lieutenant?
This way. Lieutenant Schiller, this is Miss Jackie Cleaver.
Well, sit down, Miss Cleaver.
Thanks, Lieutenant. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, we've had ourselves a little trouble, haven't we?
I'm afraid so. I'm sorry, Lieutenant.
Oh, I don't blame you entirely. From what Dollar tells me, you're to be commended for testifying for the state out there.
I didn't know the secret was out, Mr. Dollar. Part of the agreement was to keep it.
I wired for some information on you.
What did you find out?
Only that your testimony put the syndicate out of business.
When you hear the rest, I know you won't talk about it outside this office. They've been very nice to me in payment for what I did for them. They understood, of course, that it wasn't safe for me out there, so they saw that I got here and have been sending a small amount of money twice a month.
It's not quite the accepted thing, is it?
My money is sent to a lawyer in Los Angeles who sends it on to me.
Well, I suppose they have their reasons, Dollar. That's none of our business.
I take it the syndicate learned where you were, huh?
You can't hide from those people. I don't know how they found me, but they did a few months ago. I've had to stay on the move ever since. I suppose not knowing that, you must have thought I was an arch criminal myself.
I was curious.
My friends here have done everything they could to help me. Poor Bert. I don't think he went to kill this Mason.
Why not?
Well, I think he went to frighten him away. Is there any news about Mason?
Oh, we'll haul him in. Don't you worry about that. He's ready to give himself up. It told Dollar this morning.
Oh. Well, I hope you get him. Maybe that'll put an end to it. Do you need me anymore, Lieutenant?
Well, I don't think so. Do you, Dollar?
I guess not.
Well, I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
Well, now that we understand it, it's perfectly all right.
Mr. Dollar.
Thanks for coming in. I'm glad I finally met you. The second surrender, that of Mason, should have finished the whole thing, but it didn't. I waited for his call at my apartment. When it came, I met him, per instruction, in a drugstore a few blocks away. I made one mistake. I answered the only question he asked me.
Have you found Jackie Cleaver?
Yeah, I talked with her.
And I'll tell you what she said. The court thinks she's a brave, courageous woman. Arrangements have been made so that she gets paid for her service to it.
That's right.
Well, I'll put the lie to that.
What's the matter with it?
Well, she testified all right. She knocked our syndicate out so the one she was mixed up with could move in. What do you think of that?
Is it true?
Of course it's true. That prosecutor thought he was using her, but she was using him. With the situation the way it is, she could perjure herself again to some federal investigators and make it look as though there was collusion between the state and the syndicate that moved in. Not true, but she could cause some heads to fall.
Glad I live in Connecticut.
Don't be stuffy.
Ready to go?
You're right, I'm ready. I don't care what the charges against me are, as long as I can get the truth about that character on record.
My car's outside. Down this way.
Don't forget, you heard those men say they were going to kill me. I want the arresting... Wait.
Yeah, that's the other one. Happy, what do you want?
Get out of the way, Tyler.
I've lived up to my part of the bargain. Come on. Let's play it out the right way.
Get out of the way.
Wait a minute, you.
Happy, get out of here.
No!
As I said, it should have ended when Mason gave himself up, but it didn't. Snell, Happy Chandler, was apprehended, but the search was on again for Jackie Cleaver. I wish them luck. They can have the job. Expense account item 5, $45.75 miscellaneous. Expense account total, $280. Remarks? Since Mason actually had nothing to do with the Sierra All Risk Insurance Company, I hardly expect you to honor this account. But you should. It should be worth that to learn what goes on behind your back. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Edmund O'Brien as
Johnny Dollar.
Oh, yes. This is Inspector Sailor, Scotland Yard.
Oh, yes, Inspector. Thanks for calling back. I understand you've been assigned to Scott jewel theft investigations?
Yes, Inspector Finlay has been taken ill. I was given the case this morning. As a matter of fact, I just received the file with your request to telephone.
Well, that puts us about abreast then, Inspector. I got in from the States last night. I'd like to get together with you so we could compare notes.
Yes, splendid. Could you come to my office?
At your convenience.
Well, then, why don't you come right over? But first, Mr. Dollar, tell me, did the insurance company send you to London in the belief that the yard is no longer competent?
What?
We've been reminded, you know, that our reputation has fallen off badly since the Stone of Scorn is stolen. But perhaps you and I shall have better luck, huh?
Edmund O'Brien in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office Financial Surety Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Hatchet House theft matter. Expense account item 1, $432.50, airfare and incidentals between Hartford and London, England. I arrived in the evening and learned by phone that the original inspector assigned to the case had been replaced. The next morning, I was in contact with his replacement, and at 10:30, I was directed to his office.
Here we are, sir. Inspector Sailors?
Yeah?
Mr. Dollar, sir.
Oh, yes. Come in, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks very much.
Right, you are, sir.
Pleasure, Mr. Dollar.
How do you do, Inspector?
Yeah. Speaking to an acquaintance of yours a few moments ago. Inspector Finch?
Oh, yes. Yes, I worked on a case with him over here last year. How is he?
Oh, quite well, thank you. He complimented you quite highly, sir.
Well, that's very nice of him. But as I remember it, I think I was more of a burden than a help to him.
Yeah, I doubt that. Well, I suppose we should face the situation at hand.
Yeah. I brought an accurate description of all the jewelry insured by Mrs. Scott.
Ah, splendid.
But the cable that reported the theft wasn't quite clear as to which pieces were missing.
Well, Inspector Finley's information on that score is quite accurate, I think. Yeah, here we are.
Oh, thank you.
And he's covered the methods used in the commission of the crime quite thoroughly, I think. I'm going to spend the afternoon in Crime Index. I should probably be able to link the method with a few of our known criminals.
Gentleman's investigation, huh?
I suppose so. Rather tedious, but quite often successful.
I'd like to see Mrs. Scott myself, if it's all right with you.
Oh, of course. I shall arrange a car and a driver for you. Will early afternoon be suitable?
Well, thanks, but there's no reason to go to that bother, is there? Isn't she staying here in London?
No, she let a place near Seven Oaks in Surrey, about 20 miles south of here. Quite an historic establishment, I'm told. It's called Hatchet House.
Before I left London that afternoon, Inspector Sailors and I pulled the few facts we had. I was able to tell him that Mrs. Marcella Scott, reputedly a wealthy Texas widow, was actually slightly on her uppers as far as ready cash went. She had sold some jewelry the previous year for considerably less than its insured value. He gave me the news that Mrs. Scott frequently had been seen in the company of another American tourist named Norman King. And together, we figured the loss at slightly over $100,000. Hatchet House was a medium-sized pile of ivy-draped masonry just on the northern fringe of Seven Oaks. In addition to history, it boasted some seclusion, being set back from the road in the middle of a walled garden. Mrs. Scott was in the village, but was expected back momentarily, and would I care to come in and wait?
The library is quite comfortable if you'd care to go in there.
In a minute, thanks. Your name is Garrett?
Yes, sir.
You've been employed here during Mrs. Scott's whole stay?
Oh, yes, sir. She bought my services from the other side. I'm not without recommendations in Seven Oaks, sir.
And you must know pretty well who's been in the house, at parties and so on.
I'd say so, sir. But they've all been genuine people. Class, you know. I wouldn't say that any of them would stoop to thievery.
How many other servants are there?
2 that live in. There's Millie Hankey, she's a maid. There's old Mr. Minns, he's the gardener. He's got a cottage out back.
Mrs. Scott was entertaining night before last when the jewelry was stolen. Had she hired any extra servants?
No, sir.
Oh, thanks, Garrett.
Oh, there's Millie. Millie, come here, do. Here's an American gentleman to see you.
How do you do, sir?
You're Miss Hankey?
Yes, sir.
He's come all the way from the other side, Millie, about Mrs. Scott's jewels being stolen.
It's a scandal, that's what it is. But I don't suppose you'd say it's the only one.
Watch your tongue, Millie.
Watching it.
I'll be in the pantry, sir, if I can be of any more service to you.
Thanks, Garrett. I will want the names of the people who were here the other night.
Right, sir. I'll write them on a paper.
He's got a nerve telling me to watch my tongue. A scandal's a scandal, genuine people or not, and he knows it.
Just what did you mean, Millie?
I suppose a servant's paid to keep her eyes open and her mouth closed. But I haven't been a servant long. I'm only a village girl from Penrith, but I know right from wrong.
You don't approve of some of the things?
No, I don't. And I'm going to leave when I get married. Maybe next month.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. He's a good man.
I'm sure of that.
So big and strong. Lots of fun. We'll have an inn of our own someday, and I won't have to be a servant anymore.
I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you, sir.
I want you to know, Millie, that anything you say to me will be kept in strict confidence.
Yes, sir. You look like the honest kind.
Now, what things especially didn't you approve of? Something that's caught your eye could be important.
I don't know, but one thing. Being a widow at her age, it's indecent, that's what. And I've seen them making jokes in front of the photo of her poor dead husband. He was older, you know.
Yes, I knew that.
I can't say she hastened his end, but I can't say she's sorry he's buried and gone either.
Who made jokes in front of his photograph?
Mr. King.
Norman King. He was here the night of the theft, wasn't he?
The night of the theft. He's been here more than he's elsewhere. He's a filthy leech, if you ask me. I'm only a country girl, but there's a look in his eyes I didn't mistake. Not for a moment. He's slimy.
I wish you'd think about the party night before last, Millie. You were here on the ground floor through most of it, weren't you?
Yes, sir, the whole drunken time.
I wish you'd try and remember if anybody went upstairs and stayed long enough to have gone into Mrs. Scott's room and forced open the drawer and stolen the jewelry.
I'll try, sir.
Don't mistake me. We aren't sure that's what happened. It could just as well have been an outsider who knew a party was going on and had a way of entry, or even somebody passing by who found the rear door unlocked.
I'll try, sir.
Thanks, Millie. I won't keep you from your work any longer. I'll just wait in the library for Mrs. Scott. I waited an hour until the butler, Garrett, notified me that Marcella Scott had phoned. She had met some friends in the village, had driven to London with them, and wouldn't return until the next morning. I could find her any time after 9 that night at Claridge's Hotel. I spent another 20 minutes with the servants and left for London and Inspector Saylor's office.
Well, I expected you to return before this, Mr. Dollar.
I hope I didn't keep the car and driver too long.
No, not at all. Especially if the time was well spent.
Most of it was wasted. While I waited for Mrs. Scott in Hatchet House, she was on her way to London.
Huh? She's here now?
Claridge's. She came in with friends.
Well, doesn't seem to be upset over her loss, does she?
Nor the loss of her husband either, I take it.
Huh?
I'm interested in the association between her and this Norman King.
I see. Then you did have a talk with Miss Mildred Hankey, the maid,
Yes, I did. Why? Did you?
No. Inspector Finlay did.
What did he say about it?
Well, she suffered from an insane hate or jealousy because of this Mr. King.
I didn't see it quite that way.
That she berated the friendship shared by Mrs. Scott and him. This is what he jotted down. Investigate possibility of collusion between Hankey girl and King.
Well, as I said, I didn't see it that way, but maybe he hit something.
Perhaps.
King's from New York. I'm going to make a phone call, see what I can learn about his background. In the meantime, I hope to meet him. At least I think he's here with Mrs. Scott.
You're going to see her, then?
Her message was that I could any time after 9. I plan to be available about 2 minutes after.
I shall be interested to hear.
Did you get anything from your files?
Nothing. Dreadfully and absolutely nothing.
At 5 minutes before 9, I arrived at Mrs. Scott's hotel. On the stroke of 9, I phoned her suite, and at 3 minutes after, I met her, a striking honey blonde with tanned skin and an athletic figure that dressed her clothes nicely.
I'm sorry I missed you in the country, Mr. Dollar.
It's all right. I should have phoned.
I suppose you're here to save what money you can for the insurance company in case my things aren't recovered.
Insurance companies don't operate that way, Mrs. Scott. They can afford not to.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
It's the expected thing, I guess, but I suspect one of the servants had something to do with it.
Do you have any special reason for that suspicion?
Oh, they're strange people. I don't know anything about them. I've had them 2 months, and I've never been comfortable with them around me.
Anything else?
Well, the more I've thought of it, the more it seems to make sense. The house was full of people to be suspected. One of them could have taken advantage of that.
The men at Scotland Yard say that it took between 15 and 20 minutes to force that drawer open the way it was done. Did you miss either of your servants for that length of time?
Not that I remember. It got a little confused by 11 or so.
Do you suspect anybody else? Any of your guests?
Oh, good Lord, no. Most of them have a lot more than I do.
Did you know Norman King in the States, or did you meet him here?
Are you telling me suspect Norman?
I asked when you met him.
Why?
I wondered if you knew him well enough to know he has a record as a forger.
I don't believe it.
Checks. He signed the name of another widow. A copy of the record is being mailed to me.
I don't care. Doesn't make any difference. Norman didn't steal my jewelry. He wouldn't do that to me.
I wonder how many times the other widow said that.
You don't understand me. Norman and I are the same kind of people. You don't think I married a 70-year-old Texan for love, do you? Well, Norman's made up his mind what he wants out of life, too. He's talked about it. He doesn't care how he gets it, but he wouldn't take it from me.
Sure. Well, I wanted to meet you, Mrs. Scott, and I have. Norman King checked into the Dorchester yesterday. He checked out today, and now Scotland Yard can't find him. If you hear from him, maybe you'd better let us know. Johnny Dollar.
Inspector Sailor.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry I took so long to answer. I just got up to my room.
Yes, well, I spoke to the clerk at the desk. He thought you might be going up now, asked him to ring. You saw Mrs. Scott?
Yes, I didn't learn much, but I don't think she's mixed up in it.
No. Well, perhaps I have some news for you.
What's that?
I just received a report of a killing in Limehouse. The constable described a piece of jewelry found at the scene, and it corresponds quite closely to the description of Mrs. Scott's emerald brooch.
Oh? Who was killed?
No identification yet. A man. I'm driving over. I wondered if you'd like me to pick you up.
Yes, I would. I'll be waiting in front of my hotel. By the time we got to the dismal Coldwater flat near the Thames, the inevitable crowd had gathered in the street. The body was one flight up in a grubby room that showed plenty of signs that a struggle had taken place. The man obviously had been killed by a blow on the back of the head. He'd been identified by the landlady as George Kenzie, the renter of the room.
It was a bootblack who discovered the body. Said this George Kenzie owed him some money and wouldn't pay. He came up here tonight and found him dead. I found the brooch myself just under the chair there, sir.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Constable.
Right, sir. I'll be outside. Here now, you people that don't belong here, don't crowd the corridor. Move along now. Come along. Move along.
Is there any doubt in your mind, Mr. Dollar, that this is Mrs. Scott's brooch?
Not at all. Look, the jeweler's mark on the back.
Well, then, we've made some progress. I hardly think we'd be so fortunate as to find the 4 remaining pieces here.
No. Offhand, it looks like there was trouble over dividing the loot, and the winner took the rest, don't you think?
Quite possibly. Norman King?
I'd feel better if he was found.
So would I. Matter of fact, I wish you'd keep your American criminals in America. You've quite enough to keep us busy without them.
Hands off me.
Hello.
I haven't done nothing. I was going to Mr. Kinsey's digs of me own free will, and I don't need no help from nobody.
Not half, you don't. Miss Glory Stokes, Inspector. She said she'd come to pay a visit to Mr. Kenzie, but she made off the other way when she heard the news.
Well, come in, Miss Stokes.
I will not. Not with him lying there like that.
Very well. Constable, ask Miss Stokes if she'll please accompany you to the yard. Mr. Dollar and I will see her there.
I suppose it's understood that when you're with Scotland Yard, you do as Scotland Yard does. We didn't search the place, but we learned it was empty of any more jewelry after a crew of technical men collected every possible bit of physical evidence in the room and started it towards the yard's various laboratories. The results of their meticulous tests, comparisons, and examination fell into place later. We asked a few questions there without getting anything, and then went back to the inspector's office, where Glory Stokes waited for us.
It's time, I must say.
I trust we haven't kept you waiting too long. This is Mr. Dollar, American investigator.
How do you do?
What would he be investigating that would concern me?
We'll explain the whole thing to you, Miss Stokes.
It ain't Miss Stokes. Something tells me I'm going to wish it was.
You're married?
I am. That's why I was going to George Kinsey's. I haven't seen me hubby for 3 days. And I was going to ask George if he knew where the rotter was.
What's your husband's name?
Leonard Stokes.
You haven't seen him in 3 days.
That's right.
Couldn't he give you any idea where he was going?
No, why should he? I don't care where he goes, and he knows it.
But you said you were looking for him.
I was. If he's going to desert his poor wife, she's got a right to know, hasn't she?
Yes, I suppose she has.
I take it he spent quite a lot of time with this George Kinsey.
Too much, if you ask me. George was no good. He was a thief. I knew he'd end up dead like this. And if I told Leonard once, I told him 100 that he'd get into trouble if he chummed with him. He is in trouble. Ain't he in trouble?
We aren't sure yet, Mrs. Stokes.
What kind of trouble?
Some jewelry was stolen from a woman in Seven Oaks.
Jewels, oh,
One of the pieces was found in George Kenzie's room. There's still almost $100,000 worth missing.
More than 30,000 pounds, Mrs. Stokes.
30,000. George did that.
It looks like it.
There's a possibility that your husband was involved also.
Leonard? Don't make me laugh. He wouldn't have the brains.
The next morning, armed with pictures of both Stokes and the dead man, Inspector Sailors and I drove back to Seven Oaks. He dropped me at Hatchet House and went on to cover the village himself. Mrs. Scott received me in the library.
Good morning, Mr. Dollar.
Mrs. Scott, you must have left London early this morning.
Yes, I did. Have you made any progress?
Some, yes. Have you heard anything?
I was very unhappy after you left last night.
Why? Did you suddenly get lonesome for your jewels?
I think you know why. I made a confession to you. I let you see what I really am. I never do that.
It's all in confidence. Forget it.
I've been trying to. I got a radiogram from Norman King. It arrived here late yesterday afternoon.
Did you notify Scotland Yard?
No, I know you asked me to, but I didn't think it was necessary. He's on his way back to New York. He wouldn't do that with stolen jewelry, would he?
It would be stupid, but I'll want the name of the ship.
I'll give it to you. He inferred that he knew his record would come to light because of the theft and that he'd feel better leaving England before he was asked to leave. He's a stupid, irresponsible dunce.
Yeah. I have some photographs I want you to look at. Here, I'll spread them out on the table.
Who are they?
Pictures of this man may not be quite lifelike because he was dead when they were taken.
Who is he?
His name is George Kenzie. He was found beaten to death last night. Your emerald brooch was on the floor near him, so we're assuming he was killed because of your jewelry. You ever seen this man around here?
No, not that I remember.
I want you to remember one way or the other. It's possible that this man just received the stolen property from someone else, but if we can find somebody in the house or in the village who recognizes him, then we'll feel sure that he actually was the thief, or one of them anyway.
I'm trying to be sure.
What about the other one?
I don't think I've seen either of them.
And if you'll leave the room, I'd like to talk to your servants.
You're going out of your way to be nasty. You thoroughly despise me, don't you?
No. What I dislike is the fact that the physical part of you wasn't matched up with some mental apparatus that deserved it.
Why?
You asked me a personal question, Mrs. Scott. I want you to look at the photographs and think. It's important that we find out if you have ever seen either of these men in Seven Oaks.
Which one is deceased, sir?
This one.
How large was he?
Little under 6 feet. Miss Hankey?
I don't like looking at them, sir. I don't think I've seen either one of them, though.
There's something about this one, sir.
George Kenzie?
Was he plump?
No, I don't think you'd say plump. He was heavy, stocky.
There's something about him, sir. Can't put my finger quite on it, but there's something.
Could he have made deliveries here?
Who brought the luggage, Millie, the day after Mrs. Scott arrived?
Oh, I don't think it was him. Or this one either. They had their own lorry with a sign on it. Have you forgot?
I'm sure of it, sir. There's something about this one, but I can't remember what.
Well, thanks very much, both of you. If you do remember something, please notify Scotland Yard. In the village, Inspector Sailors had found a few people who thought they recognized George Kenzie and 2 who were positive. None of them had recognized Leonard Stokes. So by the time we had left Seven Oaks, we were fairly sure that Kenzie had been actively involved. But since he was dead, being sure didn't mean any progress. Nothing further developed that day, although in London a stream of suspects was questioned. The next morning, the situation hadn't changed, but I began to feel that in the face of the movement of Scotland Yard, a criminal would have to have more than brains and more than luck to escape. At 2 that afternoon, a report was phoned in that a man answering the description of Leonard Stokes, had been seen boarding a train in Waterloo Station and followed to his compartment. Another call delayed the train so that Inspector Sailors and I were able to get aboard.
Here we are. If you don't mind, Mr. Dollar.
It's your island, Inspector.
Yes, thank you. Scotland Yard.
What?
Are you Leonard Stokes?
Am I who? No, I'm not.
Who are you then, sir?
Well, I don't see how you have a right to
You
go...
must have identification. Let me see it, please.
All right. I'm Leonard Stokes. Who's he?
An American, Mr. Dollar, sent here to recover Mrs. Scott's stolen property.
You know where it is, Stokes?
Answer him.
It's all right. All right, I know when I'm beat. Yes, I know where it is. But I didn't kill George.
How did you know he was dead, Mr. Stokes?
Well, I tried to telephone him. That's how I found out.
He was killed because of the jewelry, wasn't he, Stokes?
I don't know. I don't know why he was killed.
When was the last time you saw him, Mr. Stokes?
Tuesday night.
You went to Seven Oaks?
I went to Seven Oaks, yes. Look, I'm willing to cooperate. Inspector, I'll tell you my part of it.
Well, that will make it a great deal less difficult for all of us.
Yes, sir. Well, he asked me to go to Seven Oaks with him. I didn't know what he was up to. I thought we was just going for a little drive.
Out of 5 pieces missing, Stokes, we found 1 in Kenzie's room. Now, if you know where the rest of them are, you must have known what he was up to.
Well, if I had, I wouldn't have gone. That's the truth. Before I knew it, he stopped off at this Hatchet house and told me to wait in the motor.
He must have explained why he stopped.
Well, he said he had a friend to see, a gardener.
A gardener at Hatchet House?
That's what he told me. He came back in a while and then we drove off.
And you still didn't know what was happening?
No.
When did you?
When it was too late. On the road back to London, he told me. He told me whether I knew it or not, I'd just stolen some jewels. Well, I thought he was joking. Then he showed them to me and he says, who's going to believe you, Len boy, when you say you didn't know nothing about it? Oh, what could I do?
What did you do?
I drove back to London.
Why was there only 1 piece of jewelry in Kenzie's room?
Well, that's all he took. Said he wanted to give it to a chum.
And you took care of the rest of it?
Well, I was afraid to do anything else, sir. He kept telling me I was complicated in it.
Stokes' innocence, as far as the robbery was concerned, became a little embarrassing even to him by the time we got him off the train and back to Scotland Yard. But his denial of any knowledge of Kenzie's murder was borne out, A, by an alibi that proved him innocent, and B, the result of one of the laboratory tests mentioned earlier. Traces of lip rouge found on the dead man's clothing pointed the way to the murderer.
Mrs. Scott is resting in her room and left orders not to be disturbed.
We won't disturb her, Garrett. Is Miss Hankey here?
She's in the pantry, sir.
Would you show us?
This way, please.
Thank you, Garrett.
Oh, Mr. Dollar.
This is Inspector Sailors from Scotland Yard, Miss Hankey.
Miss Hankey?
How do you do? You've come after me, haven't you?
Yes, I think we have.
I don't mind. I don't care about anything now.
You did recognize the photographs of George Kenzie, didn't you?
Recognize them? Yes, I suppose so. I remembered. I remembered the man I fell in love with. I told you I was going to marry, didn't I, Mr. Dollar?
You met him in Seven Oaks?
Yes. He told me he lived in London. And I felt like a child. I'd never gotten to know anyone who lived in London. When you're born in Penrith, you never do. He was so nice. He could talk so I could listen all night.
Did he question you concerning Mrs. Scott?
He took me to London. And he told me he wanted to marry me. And I believed him.
Millie, we're sorry.
I wanted a husband the same as every girl. But he was lying. He knew I was a servant. And he found out about things.
Then, inadvertently, you told him about the entertainment Tuesday night.
The party? He said he was going to come. I left the rear door unlocked because I was going to give him some refreshments. I thought he hadn't come. But he had. He lied to me. That's why I killed him.
You went to London last night?
Yes. He told me to leave London. He told me to go back to Penrith. Then I knew that he'd lied to me and that he'd stolen the jewelry. He called me a stupid country girl. And that's when I hit him. I hit him and hit him. Because it was true. That's all I am. A servant. And I'll never be anything else.
Expense account item 2, miscellaneous, $317.75. Item 3, same as item 1, transportation back to Hartford. Expense account total, $1,182.75. Remarks? The jewelry was recovered, but in spite of its value, that didn't seem too important. The importance, as I saw it, lay in the complete reversal of values. Mildred Hankey, who only wanted goodness, had found badness. And Marcella Scott? Marcella Scott left for Capri the following day. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood, it's time now for Edmund O'Brien as
Johnny Dollar.
Jim Madison at Tri-State. How are you?
Well, Jim, I'm fine, but what's this I read about you people?
You mean the Tolhurst theft, I suppose?
Yeah. No progress yet?
As a matter of fact, that's why I'm phoning. We tried to get you right after the robbery, but you weren't in.
Well, I was on a case most of last week.
Well, we had a call this morning. It was a woman who said she knew something about the case. Of course, it doesn't necessarily mean anything.
What did she say?
She wanted me to swear that we wouldn't call the police. And then she said she'd give us time to decide and call back about 3.
You want me to talk to her if she calls back?
Yes, I don't know anything about these things.
Are you willing to work without the police?
We stand to lose almost $50,000. We'll cut some corners if you will.
Edmund O'Brien in a transcribed adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Tri-State Insurance Group, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Tolhurst theft matter. I note here the accepted report of the robbery because, as will be seen, both the police and the press missed a number of details. The Tolhurst fur shop was entered at closing time Saturday evening by 3 disguised men who, at gunpoint, relieved Mr. Tolhurst of almost $50,000. Answering a radio alarm, the police spotted the getaway cars that left Hartford, and later, south of town, after a running gunfight with another squad car, it was abandoned by the 4 men who were seen to split up and who escaped into some wooded terrain. That's where it stood. Expense account item 1, $1.50 cab fare from my apartment to the Tri-State offices where your Mr. Madison was waiting for me a little before 3 p.m. The second call from his alleged informer came at 2 minutes after.
Yes? Yes, put her on. Hello? Well, I'm glad you did. I have someone here that I want you to talk to. No. He's not from the police. He's a representative of the company. Just a second. Here she is, darling.
Okay. Hello?
I don't like this. How do I know you're not from the police?
Well, I guess you can't be sure. All I can do is give you our word. And if you do want to talk to us, you'll have to take it.
The other man didn't say he was going to have somebody else.
He decided he'd rather do it this way. Now, listen for a second. To us, the recovery of the money is more important than having anybody arrested. If we can recover it more easily without going to the police, we're willing to do it. Doesn't that make sense?
Maybe. The police will have to come into it sometime, I know that. But also, I know I'm right. I've got my own reasons for calling like this, and I know I'm right. I'll take your word for it.
And we'll keep it. Now, what is it that you know?
I know where one of the men is hiding.
Oh? Which one?
He's in a hotel in Boston. He's not using his real name, and I can't tell you what it is.
You mean you know what it is and can't tell us?
I'm a friend of his. That's why I'm calling. He's got to give himself up and get clear of it. That's what you've got to make him do.
I will if I can. What name is he using and what's the hotel?
I know I'm right. I know it. But you can't tell him how you found out where he is. You can't say anything about this call.
That's a promise, too. I won't.
The name he's using is Taft. He's in the Standing Hotel.
The Standing. Okay. Anything else?
That's all.
How do I get in touch with you again?
You can't. There's nothing more I can do. Just be careful of him. He's awful desperate. Goodbye.
Huh? She's gone.
What do you make of it?
It's hard to tell. She says one of them is in a hotel in Boston and that I have to make him give himself up and be careful because he's desperate. She could be sincere. If she were just fingering this guy, it seems to me she would have called the police.
Then you think it's worth looking into?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Follow it up, see what's there. Expense account item 2, 3250, car rental and mileage between Hartford and Boston. On the way, I try to figure ways and means of making an appointment with a hunted armed thug, if that's what he was going to turn out to be. I found the Standing Hotel on the fringe of the commercial and waterfront section, and a man named Walter Taft was registered there. I staked out his corridor and saw him leave his room at about 7:30 that evening. He came back an hour later. When he put his key into the lock, I was strolling toward him, and when he opened the door, I was behind him. Can you hold it a second?
What do you want?
I want to talk to you.
I don't know. You haven't got time.
I'm interested in a man who's registered here under a phony name, Taft.
That's my name. Is there anything wrong with it?
Well, if it's your real name, then I'm wrong. Have you got anything that says it is?
Well, I don't see how it's any of your business, but sure, go on in.
Thanks.
Now, who are you and what do you want?
I guess the automatic tells me what I came to find out.
Who are you?
I'm a private detective. The insurance company that stands to lose on the Tolhurst job hired me.
That's a lie. You'd have brought the cops if you were.
I've got a wallet in my hip pocket. There's a license.
Don't reach for it. Just turn around.
Sure. You're really jumpy, aren't you?
Here, catch. You don't expect me to swallow this, do you? You were hired by Alan Les. All right, so you found me. Now, what do you think you're going to do with me?
You having trouble with your friend?
I said, what do you think you're going to do with me?
It's going to help if you can convince yourself I'm telling the truth. We want to recover the money, and if you'll help us to do it, we'll try to see that you get a break.
That's a laugh. How would an insurance company find out where I was?
Sometimes they get a tip when the police don't. They can pay for information. The police can't.
Now, where would they get a tip from?
Somebody here in the hotel that figured something was wrong with you. There are fair descriptions out on you and your buddies for size and color and clothes. Somebody could have spotted you.
I can't buy it.
It happened, and the tip was right. You might do yourself a lot of good going to the police by yourself.
Either you're off your nut or you think I am. Come on, start backing up.
What for?
Because I'm leaving. Go on, get started.
If you were thinking straight, you'd talk it over. You're mixed up in a double cross, so you can't believe anything.
That's far enough. Who told you about a double cross?
You did. You said you thought I was hired by Alan Les. They were in the job with you, weren't they?
All right, turn around. Open the closet door. Turn around.
By the time I was on my feet again, he'd had at least 20 minutes start. After I cleaned up some in the crummy bathroom and stopped the bleeding, I looked the place over. There was nothing in it. He'd obviously checked in without anything but the clothes he'd been wearing and the automatic. That was all at the Standing Hotel. I drove back to Hartford and phoned Mr. Madison at home.
I'm sorry, Johnny. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm not complaining, just telling you what happened. I guess I asked for it, bullying in like that, but I couldn't think of another way to get to him alone and get to the point in a hurry.
Well, do you think you should have called the police?
I didn't for two reasons. They'd just be sore at us for not reporting the girl's call to them, and I hated to cross her at this point, in case she might come back to us with some more information.
Well, I guess we aren't any worse off than we were before she called, are we?
No, we made a little progress. We know there's trouble between the men. We're fairly sure they're all still in this part of the country, and we have a couple of first names. And if you want me to stay on the case, there's another angle I'd like to look into.
What's that, Johnny?
From the beginning, it's bothered me that a furrier would have that much money in his store, no matter how fancy.
Well, he said he hadn't banked for 4 days.
It's still too much money. I suppose the police have covered it, but a thing like that could develop into a lead.
All right, let's try it.
Good. I'll go see Tolhurst in the morning. Maybe I can handle him without getting myself slugged.
Of course.
I'm at your service.
Thanks, Mr. Tolhurst. I know you've answered a lot of questions already.
Yes, I have.
So I won't drag you through the details of the actual theft again.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you.
Now, the amount of money you lost, almost $50,000.
Well, that question again, why did I have that much in my shop? I have answered that question every possible way without smearing my own good name. The police have driven me mad.
I'd like to have the answers, too.
Very well.
Don't most of your customers purchase with checks, Mr. Tolhurst, or on credit?
No, they do not.
I'd think that they would.
Because you don't understand. The fur business, even more than the jewelry business, is concerned with making beautiful women more beautiful. Don't you agree?
Sure I do.
Well, I hope this doesn't come as a shock to you that there are many, many more wealthy husbands than there are beautiful wives. As opposed to women, that is. So, who would you expect these wealthy husbands to buy the furs for?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Cash purchases, too, huh?
Precisely. If wifey doesn't get the coat, she better not run across a check paying for one. The fur would fly, you might say.
But almost $50,000 in 1 week. That's a lot of intrigue.
One sable was worth $35,000. And if the name of the purchaser became known, it could literally endanger the national security. I really mean that. It would be discussed from the floor of the Senate. What can I do?
There's no record at all of these sales?
Barely enough to keep my books legal. I've rather specialized in this cash and carry trade. If I was strapped to the rack, I couldn't name these men. I'm helpless.
I think the insurance company might be able to fight your claim because of the stand you're taking. Had you thought of that?
Oh. No, I hadn't. Well, it makes no difference. I'm completely helpless. Unless a member of the board or somebody is an old customer of mine. And that is possible, you know.
I tried a few more approaches on Tolhurst without getting any place. I didn't fully believe him, but I did have to admit that business dealings like that were possible. I left the shop a little after 11 and went to my apartment to call in a report on this phase of the deadlock. My phone was ringing when I got there. Hello? Hello?
Can't help me.
What? I can't hear you. Who is it?
Yesterday.
You're the woman I talked to yesterday?
Yes. You got to help.
Well, what's the matter with you? What happened?
They were here.
Where are you? Where are you?
Stoddard.
Stoddard Street?
Yes.
What number?
5860.
5860. An apartment number?
Number 12.
All right, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Dollar, I'm coming in.
They went after Fred. You've got to go help him.
Now, wait a minute. Who are you talking about? The men called Al and Les?
I don't know them. First, they said I had the money and they beat me. One of them held my mouth so I couldn't scream, and the other one hit me.
Do you know where the money is?
No, they wouldn't believe me. Then they made me tell them where Fred is.
Fred is the man I saw last night at the Standing Hotel?
Yes. I can't keep quiet for him anymore. His name is Fred Sorrell.
And he's holding out the money?
That's what they said. They said they'd kill him if they had to.
They look for him at the Standing. They won't find him. He left there last night.
I know. He called. I tried to lie that he was still there, but they phoned and found out he wasn't. Then they started in again until I told them. He moved to an auto court, and that's where they're going.
Where is it?
I'm not sure. Between here and Boston. But I think it's in this state. It's called the Oak Springs Motel. I tried to warn him. But whoever answered hung up because they couldn't hear what I was saying. I couldn't talk.
What's your name?
Virginia Cowley.
Well, how do you fit into this? How much do you know about the robbery?
Nothing. I didn't know about it until afterwards. Fred's car was here. He came to get it and said everything had gone wrong and he was in bad trouble.
Yeah, now we all are. You should have told the police, and I should have. Promise I know. I'm going to call them now and hope I can fight my way clear of this mess. Where's the telephone? attempt to help what was left of my position with the police, the first thing I told them about was the possibility of nailing the 300 men together. But that backfired, too. It took me 20 minutes to learn that the Oak Springs Motel was about 12 miles south of town, and it took me another 15 minutes to get there. 2 squad cars were in the driveway, and that looked all right. But when I got to the cottage where Lieutenant Crockett and the other officers were, things looked all wrong. The bodies of 2 men lay on the floor. Neither one was Fred Sorrell.
Who are you?
My name is Dollar, Lieutenant.
Oh, yeah.
Sorrell did this?
Seems to be some confusion about the name. The cottage was rented by an A.J. White.
Sorrell was hiding out under a couple of aliases.
Too bad we didn't have that information.
I didn't know who he was until a half hour ago when I called you.
They were already dead a half hour ago. Is there some reason you couldn't have found out 20 minutes before that?
Yeah, I didn't happen to be any place this Collie woman could get a hold of me.
She's the one you just got around to turning in?
That's right. It's the first time I'd even seen her. First time I knew where she lived. First time I knew anything about her. I've done the same thing before, and it's worked out. This time it didn't.
What do you mean?
An anonymous call. She said she had information about the Tolhurst robbery that she couldn't give to you. She gave it to me in confidence, and I played it that way.
You still playing it that way?
No, I'll give you everything I've got, which still isn't much.
Let's go back to town, then, where we can get a real statement. Henderson, take over here, will you? I'm going back to the office.
Okay.
I didn't score very heavily with the lieutenant. He listened to my story point by point, but as he mentioned, actually the only useful thing I gave him was a slightly better description of Sorrell than he'd gotten from the manager of the auto court.
I don't know what to think about it, Dollar. I know you guys figure you can operate that way, and maybe it works sometime. Sure, people will talk to you when they won't talk to us, but you're always taking a chance that it'll get out of hand like this did.
This one was out of hand from the beginning.
And it's turned into murder now.
You aren't blaming me for that, are you?
No, but I want you to leave the case alone from here on. Stay away from the Cowley woman. Stay away from everything.
Does that mean I can go now?
Yeah. It might be a good idea if you went home and brushed up on a little police work.
You're really digging it in, aren't you, Lieutenant?
You got it coming. Go on now. I got to get back on this thing.
I knew my license was probably at stake, but Crockett's attitude, right or wrong, was more than I could take. Virginia Cowley had been put in the police hospital, suffering from internal injuries caused by the beating. I went back to her address, lied my way past the landlady, and into the apartment. From a notebook on the telephone stand, I learned that Sorrell lived in Princeton. That was my next stop.
Fred Sorrell? Yeah, he still lives here. I haven't seen him some time now. Seems to me he's out of town.
I came all the way up from New York just to see him. You suppose I could get into his place, leave a note or something?
Well, why don't you just go up and see if the other fellow's there? Name a Hacker.
Oh, a roommate?
Yeah, you could leave a note with him.
Oh, good. How do I get there?
Second floor, rear, number's 210.
Yeah. Who is it?
Friend of Sorrell's. I've got to see you.
He's sleeping in this joint. What's the matter with that jerk, anyway?
Fred? When did you hear from him last?
A couple of days ago. In some kind of trouble.
He sure is.
Wanted to borrow some money from me, the lazy jerk. Told him to go take a jump or get a job. One or both.
He wanted to borrow money?
Yeah. Want me to mail him $50. What's the matter with him, anyway? You know?
Yeah, he's done it up pretty good. Have you heard about the Tolhurst robbery?
What are you handing me?
You know a couple of his friends called Al and Les somebody?
Hey, who are you, anyway?
Here.
Detective. You ain't telling me Fred's mixed up in nothing as big as the Tolhurst thing. He ain't got the brains.
He hasn't if he has to write you for $50 after he pulled it. What about Al and Les?
Yeah. Les Vernick and Al Hudson. I met them, but that's all. Left them out of town. They're in it, too, huh? Hey, you ain't pulling my leg, are you?
No. Did he write you from Boston by any chance? The Standing Hotel? Using the name Walter Taft?
That's right. I knew those guys were no good, and I told him so. He was always talking big money. I never thought he had the guts for anything like that.
Don't congratulate him. He built it up to murder today.
Oh, quit it.
It must have been Alan Less. You'll read about it, but for now, take my word for it. There was a double cross, or they figured there was. They were both shot, and Sorrell is still on the loose.
This is straight. He wouldn't come here, would he?
I don't know what he'd do. He must be half crazy by now. Can you think of any place else he might go?
He's got a girl he mooches off all the time.
Yeah, I know about her. He wouldn't go there, not now. He wanted a place to hide out. He was driving his car so he could travel for some distance, but not far. If he's thinking at all, he'll know he has to get rid of it.
I don't know. I'm not holding nothing back. A guy does anything like this, he doesn't deserve help from anybody.
By this time, he probably thinks he does.
You don't think he'd pull his old lady into the mess, do you?
He might. Where is she?
She's got a farm. I never saw it, but he talked about it once in a while. Little place she runs with an old guy helping her. It ain't far from here.
Do you know where it is?
Somewhere west. Hey, that's her picture. I think the name of the town is on it. Down here in the corner. I just remembered. I noticed it.
Torrington. Sure, I know where that is. About 25 miles. I'd like to look at some of the rest of his stuff, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. If this is as bad as you say it is, you can do anything you want. If you don't mind, I'm going to move out until this is cleared up. I don't want that crazy jerk to be coming back here while I'm around.
Nothing in Sorrell's things gave a hint as to where he'd be likely to go, but to stay on the move more than for any other reason, I decided to cover the farm. And to stay on the safe side, I stopped by my apartment to pick up a pocket gun.
You got business here?
Well, it's a sort of a social call. Mrs. Sorrell here?
Nope, she went to town. Or she went with her.
I was passing through. I know her son. I thought I'd stop by.
Oh, you're a policeman then.
What makes you say that?
We heard about Frederick. At least some of us did. We kept it from Mrs. Sorrell. That's why we sent him to town. We don't want that poor soul to learn about him until it's all finished. Did you think he'd come here?
How much do you know about it?
Somebody heard on the radio about the murders. You think he'd be hidden here?
Not exactly, but every possibility has to be covered.
He'd never come here. He wouldn't be turned out by his mother, but the rest of us would make short work of him. You're welcome to search the place if you choose to.
Has he been in touch with Mrs. Sorrell through this thing?
Nobody's been in touch with Mrs. Sorrell. She don't read her own mail or the papers either, because she's blind. She don't listen to the radio or talk on the telephone because she's nearly deaf. Frederick is a rotten apple that hasn't been allowed back here for 3 years.
And she doesn't know about him?
Not for almost that whole time. Oh, yeah. She thinks he's a big success in the hardware business. And we've talked about it already. We think he's going to start a business in Australia. And his mother will think he's there until she dies. And you ain't going to tell her any different.
I don't see why I should.
Yeah. You want to search the place?
No, I don't want to, but as long as I'm here. Sorrell wasn't there, and by the time I left, I was made to feel like a criminal myself for looking the place over. By the time I got back to Hartford, the extras were out saying, widespread search fails to uncover killer. And something that had been bothering me came to mind again. Why, with a $50,000 haul, hadn't Sorrell gotten out of New England? A few more questions fell into line, too. How could an amateur like Sorrell escape a full-fledged police search? And why would he even think of a double cross on his first job? And finally, why, after running out of Boston, would he have come back to an auto court 12 miles south of Hartford? I covered the final point and learned that the Oak Springs Motel was within a few miles of the point where he and the other two men had abandoned their car and taken off on foot.
I thought I told you to stay away from this case.
You can't take away my right to make a living, Lieutenant. I found his car. Isn't that worth anything?
How do I know what it's worth?
It's something you haven't done with all your roadblocks. I'm 5 minutes away from his car, and I think he'll come back to it as soon as it starts to get dark. Can't you take a chance on it and have a few men out there?
All my men are busy. I'll see what I can do.
It's less than an hour till dark. I hope you make it. I'd come back to the auto court and then found the approximate spot where Sorrell and his friends had left their car. I'd found a pair of ruts winding through the trees, and where they'd stopped, I'd found his car. When I got back to it after talking with Lieutenant Crockett, I put my car under as much cover as I could find and waited. I was still there alone when the sun started to set. And then I heard him before I saw him.
You! What are you doing here?
Don't try with a gun, Sorrell. I've got one, too, this time.
What are you doing here?
I've been almost every place else. Doesn't make any difference to you that I'm here. There's no place for you to go anyway. You've been safe here in the trees. But you couldn't get any place else.
I could make it if I wanted to.
No, you couldn't. You missed when you didn't make it before everybody knew who you were. Right after you pulled the job, yes, but not now. You must have realized that.
I can make it.
Not now. Why didn't you go any farther than Boston? Why did you come back to Hartford?
I had my reasons.
You still got them?
What do you mean?
You killed Les Vernick and Al Hudson and then came right back here to the trees. I don't think you double-crossed them. I don't think you even got the money beyond this grove.
You know where it is?
No, I don't, Sorrell. That's only what I think. And you had to kill them because all they could figure was that you double-crossed them.
You want to help me? You want to? It's here, all of it.
It's too late to help. You killed them.
But it's all here. $50,000. I came down the road, and then I turned that way. That's when they were shooting at us. I was carrying the money, but I was excited. Alan Les went that way, and I came this way. I'm sure it was here. Yeah, I remember that big tree. I went past that. I'm sure.
You could find $200,000, and it wouldn't do you any good.
Yes, it would. You can buy anything with money, and it's all here. I know it was here because I ran on this road, and then this is where the road ends. Then I went past that tree. If I can just remember how far I went. Because I put it down, and I covered it over with some leaves. If I just saw them, I'm sure I'd remember.
Sorrell.
I know where it is. But, hey, what are you...
I want your gun, Sorrell.
Get away from me! Get away! Quit it! No! It's all here! It's all here, and I'm going to get it! Now get away from me! Get away, you!
All right,
Get away!
All right! Expense account item 3, extra mileage, etc., $43.60. Expense account total, $77.60. Remarks: a police searching party finally found the satchel of missing money, so the company is not out. Lieutenant Crockett and I finally got together, so I'm not out. The girl is nothing. So it leaves Sorrell, who really lost his mind over money, and the furrier Tolhurst, who didn't lose anything, not even that universal customer, the wealthy American husband. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, the refreshing, delicious treat that gives you chewing enjoyment, presents for your listening enjoyment Edmund O'Brien as
Johnny Dollar.
George Donnelly, Swanson Industrial, Johnny. Afraid we're having engine trouble.
Come again?
We got a substantial policy on the Belo Horizonte Railroad in Brazil, both equipment and personnel. It's only a small road, but our losses in the past few months have been extensive.
What happened?
4 locomotives piled up in 2 months, 20 dead. We got a pair of conflicting reports. Looks like either insurance fraud or murder.
With my luck, George, it's probably both.
the makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum bring you Edmund O'Brien in another adventure of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
To make every day more enjoyable, treat yourself often to refreshing, delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Here's a taste treat you can enjoy indoors, outdoors, at work, or at play. The cool, long-lasting mint flavor refreshes you. The smooth, steady chewing helps keep you fresh and alert. Adds enjoyment to whatever you're doing. Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Healthful, refreshing, delicious.
Expense account,
Submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Swanson Industrial Insurance Corporation of Hartford. Attention, George Donnelly. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during investigation of the Belo Horizonte Railroad matter. Expense account item 1, $500.38, transportation Hartford to New York to Rio de Janeiro. I found the executive offices of the railroad, all right. Avenue Graca Arana, 392. But I didn't find the president, Mr. Benjamin J. Hulley. Reason? They'd taken him to the hospital that afternoon. A nurse at the Santa Maria told me that Benjamin Hulley had left strict orders that the minute I came in, I should be admitted to his room. I found him propped up in a bed. There was the smell of alcohol and boiled milk.
Ulcers. Peptic or duodenal, we don't know. Nobody knows. The end product of acid indigestion. Insurance? You'll have ulcers, too.
Probably.
It starts with heartburn, then the gnawing pain before meals. Then all of a sudden you've got them. The disease of the businessman.
Hey, maybe we'd better postpone our talk for a while.
Now, what's the difference whether I think about it or talk about it? This way, get it out of my system. Otherwise, it eats at me. Consider yourself a treatment.
Well, we'll cut it short.
I can give you a condensed version. 4 locomotives, 20 dead. But what am I giving you this for? You've got reports.
2 of them. One said accidental. The other said equipment had been tampered with.
Ridiculous. Accidental. How could it possibly be accidental? 4 in 2 months.
Easy, Mr.
4
Hulley,
in 2
now,
months.
Easy.
Listen to the facts. One engine caved in a wooden trestle over the Rio dos Valles. A trestle that had held up for almost a half-century. 2 dead. Only cabin tender, luckily, could have been a freight. Another derailed at Bom Despacho. 2 more collided off a siding a few miles west of the port of Vittorio. Accidental, my foot. Who sent you the accidental report?
Myers, Henry Myers, foreman of the roundhouse at Belo Horizonte.
That stupid, moronic, idiotic, blundering fool?
You're going to pop something carrying on like this, Mr. Hulley. If you don't calm down, I'm going to get kicked out of here.
Don't treat me like a baby. I know what I'm doing. Now, I meant to write a personal letter to Mr. Donnelly thanking him for the checks. They were prompt, very prompt. Your company's to be complimented.
We'd rather be informed. Just what kind of a railroad do you run, Mr. Hulley?
Manganese. Nothing but manganese. A little bauxite, but not enough to cover the bottom of a gondola car. Manganese is our load. And if you ask me, that's the trouble right there.
Where?
Peter Yaradan.
Who's Peter Yaradan?
He's beyond description, Mr. Dollar. The greediest, trickiest man I've ever known. I haul manganese for a competitor. At first, he tried to buy me out. I wouldn't sell. Then he used other methods. He spread vicious rumors about Belo Horizonte Railroad stock being worthless. It almost ruined me.
How about the crashes? Isn't there any evidence that someone tampered with the machinery?
No, none. Whatever proof might have existed would have been destroyed in the crash. Which is exactly why I suspect Yaradan. Why, with this railroad in his hands, he'd control the entire market down here.
Well, I think I've taken up enough of your time, Mr. Hulley.
Mr. Dollar, I'm an old man. I've worked very hard. I started as an engineer with this railroad 25 years ago. Worked myself up to the presidency. Whatever this road is, I've made it. I'd be everlastingly grateful if you'd put Yaradan just where he belongs, behind bars.
My job is investigation, not prosecution, Mr. Hulley.
Take my word, Mr. Dollar, it's Yaradan.
Well, before I go any further, I'd like to talk to this Myers, the foreman in Belo Horizonte.
Yes, very wise. It's about 400 miles north. I'll have a car and driver waiting for you in the morning.
That is what my mother has named me. I do not know why. Perhaps after a pig or a cow. My mother named all her children after animals. It is what you might call nickname. Of course, nicknames are terrible things. They stick to you like paste. You like the way I drive?
Ah, you drive swell.
Swell?
Good, fine, great.
Oh, no, not that. The compliments are too much. Maybe fine, perhaps good, but not great. Why you go to Belo Horizonte, Mr. Dollar?
Business?
You're silly. You're silly. You think you can keep your business from me? You think you're hiding something in the state of Minas Gerais? You're foolish to try.
Then why am I going to Belo Horizonte?
Your name is Johnny Dollar. You investigate people for an insurance company. You are here by the engine crashes. You are going up to see Mr. Myers, who worked for Mr. Holly. You will find nothing. Is that enough?
Why did you find out these bits of information?
What? Around the town.
How do you know I won't find anything?
A brilliant mind. A gift of my father, who also had a brilliant mind. Tell me, do I really look like a driver?
Why? What are you supposed to be?
This is merely a costume. I am in reality a poet, philosopher, a seventh son.
Say, can't you make this thing go faster, Seventh Son?
Americans. Through the mountains faster. You're crazy. That is why you make so much money, and that is why Americans have ulcers.
Just a second. Yeah?
My name is Dollar, Mrs. Myers.
Yeah.
I'm from Hartford, Connecticut, insurance investigator. I'd like to talk to your husband, if I may.
He ain't here.
When do you expect him?
I don't know. Is it about the wreck?
That's right.
Well, I don't know if it'd be right to ask you or not.
Well, it's up to you. I'm not from the police, you know.
Yeah, I suppose it'd be all right.
Thanks.
He's shaving.
Oh, I got plenty of time.
Saturday Evening Post just coming from the States, if you'd like to see it.
Oh, fine, thanks.
And there's caramels on the table.
Never touched the stuff.
I'd like you to know, Mr.
Dollar.
Yeah. Well, I'd like you to know Henry don't know a thing about this business.
I just wanted to ask him some questions about the accident report he sent into our office.
He wrote what he's seen, and that was all he wrote.
I wouldn't be concerned, Mrs. Myers.
And no matter what anybody says, Henry had no more to do with the busted pins in them rods than the man on the moon. He checked before it went out of the yard, and he checked
Quiet.
just before... Uh-oh.
Said enough. Get into the kitchen.
I didn't say nothing to him.
Go on.
I didn't say a thing.
She talks a lot. Dollar, did you say?
That's right.
She talks a great deal for a woman her age. Her parents let her gab all the time. Have a caramel?
No, thanks. Hey, what's this about busted pins?
Yeah, she mouths.
Come on, Myers. If you've got nothing to hide, there's no sense of evading the questions.
The pins were sawed. Somebody, I don't know. I should have checked them before they left the yard, but I didn't.
That's why you reported the crashes as accidental?
All right, I was scared. A man gets scared for his job.
How do you know about the busted pins?
After the wreck, one of the guys told me.
You mean somebody knew the pins were broken, and he let the engine leave the yards?
Yeah.
Who? Come on, Myers. Who?
You'll have to find that out yourself, Dollar.
You're in plenty of trouble, Myers.
I told you all I'm going to tell you. Now get out of here.
Okay. But if you change your mind, I'll be at the San Carlos Hotel.
I'll remember that.
The San Carlos. All day.
If you sit here in your room all day, Mr. Dollar, you do not have the benefit of the sunshine which plays so gently upon the soil.
I'm waiting for a call, Seeker.
Are you certain you would not like another game of Monopoly?
No, you won.
Yes, company, you are dull.
Sorry.
If it were not orders, I would go back home.
Yeah?
If I insulted you, would you fight with me?
Oh, too tired.
Even if I call you a coward and a thief?
Names will never hurt me.
Well, if I...
Johnny Dollar.
This is Henry Myers, Dollar. Be over here in 5 minutes. I'll give you the stuff you want.
Don't move, I'll be there.
You want Myers?
He feels talkative. Come on, let's go.
How did you know he would call?
I didn't.
Then why were you waiting?
What else could I do?
The American mind. Shrewd.
Here. Let me over to the next corner.
All right.
And pick me up in about a quarter of an hour.
No. I go in with you.
All right, come on then.
Do not run so fast. Oh, my ain't peeped.
Pooped.
Poop, peep.
No answer.
Look on the floor.
Myers. Looks like somebody had an earlier appointment.
He's still breathing.
Myers. Who did it, Myers?
Vita. Go to Vera Vita. Vera...
He's dead. What is Bervida?
Don't look at me, Seeker. I don't speak the language.
Somebody's coming.
It's Mrs. Myers. Come on, Seeker.
Oh, hello. What you been doing? Talking to Henry?
Don't go in there, Mrs. Myers.
Why not? I get poison oak or something? It's my house.
Don't, Mrs. Myers.
It's your husband.
What's the matter with him?
He's dead.
What?
Somebody shot him.
Let me in there.
Mrs. Myers, please.
Henry, I knew they'd do it. I knew they'd get him. I knew it. I knew they'd get him. I knew they'd get him.
Mrs. Myers.
I knew they'd get him.
Who, Mrs. Myers? Who would get him?
Yaradan. Wish I'd never heard the name. Yaradan.
Come on, Mrs. Myers. Now try to remember. What does the word mean to you? Vervita. Is it a town?
I don't know.
A mountain? A person? Oh, try, Mrs. Myers. Your husband must have mentioned the word to you sometime.
Look, if I remembered, I'd tell you, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Well, the police probably seek a call about half an hour ago.
Come in.
Mr. Taylor?
Wrong house, Bud.
Oh, permit me to refer to my pad. Oh, D-O-L-L-A-R. Dollar?
That's right.
Oh, good. I was sent to pick you up.
Oh, really? By whom?
No trouble. I am properly armed. The woman and your driver will also come.
Better not argue, Mrs. Myers.
He's the same one who killed Henry. He must be.
Who's your boss, friend?
Yaradan, Mr. Dollar. Peter Yaradan. You may go in now, Mr. Dollar.
How do you do, Mr. Dollar?
Mr. Yaradan?
Correct. Be seated, please. I will send my man for something cool.
No, thanks, but I'm not going to be here long.
You have faith in my tolerance, Mr. Dollar?
In your intelligence, Mr. Yaradan. A man of your reputation should know better than to play with guns.
At times, a man of my reputation has no choice. Careful, Mr. Dollar.
Let's get to the point.
Very well. I hear that your investigation is not progressing very satisfactorily. I thought perhaps a rest might gain you a new perspective.
I doubt it.
Tell me, how is dear Mr. Hutt?
He's not so good.
Oh, shame. He tells so many tales that are untrue, he is lucky to be dying of natural causes. Something I hope I should be spared.
Just keep piling up that manganese, Mr. Yaradan, and you won't have to worry.
Is Mr. Hulley telling that silly story again?
If you mean the one about your wrecking locomotives and spreading false financial rumors, yes.
Oh, you don't really believe that nonsense, do you?
I'm not paid to believe anything, Mr. Yaradan. I'm like an old hound. I just follow my nose.
That is not very complimentary.
You can take it for what it's worth.
I like you, Dollar. Business-minded, dogged, courage to the point of bravado. You would not consider taking a position with me at, let us say, 3 times your present annual income, would you?
Funny way to offer a man a job, Yaradan. With one finger on the trigger.
Well, I would prefer to keep our relationship on this plane until I find out your position.
I'm afraid we wouldn't get along, Yaradan.
You are probably right. And it is such a shame, Mr. Dollar. You could have gotten so much more per hour while you were still alive.
Yaradan smiled, but this was his living room. He wouldn't do it here. In that small moment of silence, I tried to see everything within my field of vision without taking my eyes from Yaradan's face. There was the blur of something metal to my right, something that curved toward the ceiling, something a few inches from my hand. I reached out and pushed it over on top of him. The floor lamp landed on his chest, and the shot went wild. I threw my arms in front of my face and jumped out a latticed window. I landed about 10 feet down in Yaradan's rock garden, right in the middle of a clump of stubby cactus. I ran out through the open gate, and I didn't stop running until I found myself at the San Carlos Hotel.
Expense account item 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, $30.59 miscellany to tie up the loose ends. For example, telegrams, one to Hully, wishing him better health and asking him for a definition of the word Vervida. 2 more to the police of Bam Despacho and Victoria, requesting reports on the crashes. Another to the company in Hartford, gently hinting at foul play. I wrote a full report of my findings, including names, left it with the notary public at the hotel, and ambled casually back to the large house of Peter Yarradin.
Hello, Bud. Well, don't just stand there with your teeth showing. Invite me in. Thank you. Now run to the study like a good little boy and tell your boss he has a caller. Hurry up now.
Put up your hands, Mr. Dollar.
Don't be silly. You don't think I'd come back here without adequate protection? Put that thing away.
Come with me.
Come in.
Mr. Yarradan, it's Mr. Dollar.
I'm back. Couldn't leave without getting an apology, Yarradan.
This is a surprise seeing you again. All right, Flash, you can go.
But, Mr. Yarradan, last time...
It is all right. I will be perfectly safe.
Yes, sir. I will be at the door.
You made a brilliant exit, Mr. Dollar. However, it is a shame I frightened you with my innocent conversation.
Fear comes in handy sometimes, Yarradan. It saved my skin a couple of times lately.
You have contacted the police?
Not about you.
You have come alone?
Alone.
You have a remarkable mind, Dollar. You think I can allow you to leave this house?
Not only leave this house, mister, but leave with some information.
Remarkable.
I filed a full report, complete with names, places, and time of day. If I'm not back to get that report in 2 hours, it goes to the police department.
And just where did you file this report, Mr. Dollar?
That's the little secret right there.
I am holding 2 friends of yours, you know.
I know.
I would exchange their lives for the report.
I'm sick of your offers, Yarradan. You're going to release Mrs. Myers and Seeker, and you're going to tell me all about the word Vervida.
How I wish I had a man like you working for me.
Vervida, Yarradan.
Of course, Vervida. But what you are really asking is, did I have any part in the railroad matter?
You can answer that one, too.
The answer is no. You don't believe me.
Go on.
The Belo Horizonte Railroad has been on the verge of bankruptcy for 2 years. But Mr. Benjamin Hulley is a very stubborn man. I have offered to buy him out 1,000 times.
And he'd rather sell to the devil.
I think he would. You see, the manganese fields in the Minas Gerais are owned by a competitor of mine. A small competitor, but a competitor. These fields are very valuable. At the rate of their present exploitation, however, they make little profit.
Small operation.
Exactly. If I had the fields, I could make them pay, and pay very well. If I owned the railroad, I could boost the freight rates, force my competitor out of business, and take over the fields. But Hulley refuses to sell, even at a large profit.
And the crashes?
They should be obvious, especially to you, an insurance man. His railroad is failing. So he is scuttling his equipment and getting the insurance money.
And Vervida?
If I could get to him, I would have all the information I need to put Hulley where he belongs.
Okay, Aaron.
I sense something of disbelief in your tone.
There are other possibilities.
Oh?
Right now, I'll keep them to myself.
Dollar, I will give you $10,000 not to deliver your report.
I'm glad you made that offer, Yarradan. That tells me a lot.
Tells you what?
That you've been giving me a nice mixture of fact and fancy. Now bring Sika and Mrs. Myers down here. We're going back to the hotel. Look, Mrs. Myers, whoever he is, wherever he is, his life's in danger. If you don't trust me, you better find somebody real fast, or Mr. Bervita is going to be dead.
Oh, they wouldn't kill him.
He's in somebody's way, or Yarradan wouldn't be that interested.
All right, all right. There was 20 killed in the 4 crashes, Mr. Dollar.
20 dead, that's right.
Yeah, and 1 injured.
Ah? A survivor.
The only witness.
Bervita.
Yeah, Vervida.
Where is he?
Small cabin in the mountains. I'm the only one that knows besides Henry, and Henry's dead. Vervita was fireman on one of the engines that crashed near Victoria. He saw somebody pull the hand switch, so the 2 locomotives was on the same track. The engineer put on the brakes, but not quick enough. Vervita jumped.
Thanks, Mrs. Myers. I think I'll have the notary mail that report on Yarradan to Hartford for safekeeping. And, Seeker, my boy, we're going to pay our respects to Mr. Bervita. You stay here in the hotel, Mrs. Myers.
I want to know who killed my husband.
I'll give you that information when I get back. I'll contact Rio and have Mr. Hulley's secretary put through an authorization for a locomotive and engineer to take me up.
There's a dirt road, Mr. Dollar. Why don't you take a car?
No. I think the locomotive is much faster.
Seeker's right, Mrs. Myers. We'll go by rail.
Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
Would you mind very much if I stayed here in Belo Horizonte? Wife and children, you know.
Well, I never would have put you down as having a family, Seeker.
Well, to tell the truth, I don't, but someday I hope to have.
Should be around the next curve. That must be the place. Up ahead. I won't be long. Keep the meter running.
Who is it?
My name is Dollar.
What do you want?
I want to talk to you.
Come in. Hands up.
Stay outside, Seeker.
Oh, it's late at night. Wolves, foxes.
Stay outside.
What do you want?
I've come all the way up here to ask you a question, Mr. Bervita.
I won't answer anybody's questions.
Even for Henry Myers?
What about Henry Meyer?
They killed him.
Good. I'm glad they got him. As much as I hate them, I hate him worse. He was the one who sought the wheel pins. I'm glad they got him.
And who pulled the switch handle?
I'm not answering any questions. Go away. Go away or I shoot. Go away.
Look out! Down,
Who is it, Seeker?
It's so dark, I could not see. He's running toward the engine.
Get that light out. We'll make too good a target at the door.
Yes, come this way.
He's just guessing, Seeker.
Yes, but that was a good guess. I could hear it.
Come on, Seeker. Let's get down to that engine.
Oh, I wish I had a gun. I wish you had a gun. I wish one of the two of us had a gun. Hey, someone is climbing into the cab. The engine's on a hill. It will not take too long to start.
Look, he's dumped the engineer to the ground.
The engine is starting. We'll never get there in time. Stop! Stop!
He's going too fast. There's a curve up ahead.
Much too fast.
Look! He can't make the curve.
There is. What? Who could it be, Mr. Dollar? Who could it be? There is nothing left of it, Mr. Dollar. Nothing but twisted pipe.
Look out. Don't touch it, Seeker. Most of it's still at boiling point.
There is no sign of anyone.
Yeah, but there was someone in that cab. Must be a trace of them somewhere around here. Come on, let's keep looking.
But the boiler exploded. You think there was any part of a man in this bunch who wrecked you crazy, Mr. Dollar?
Look, up there.
You find something?
There's a wallet. The outside's burned to a crisp.
Can you open?
Yeah, but I can't read the cut. Wait. There's one that isn't burned.
What does it say, Mr. Dollar?
It says, this certifies that the holder is a 25-year member of the Railway Engineers of South America.
And the name? What is the name?
Benjamin J. Hulley, late president of the Bellows Horizonte Railroad. Here's the way it added up. Hulley had come by car. We found it just off the dirt road a mile down from Bervita's shack. The murder of Henry Myers remains an unsolved case. Police assume someone in the employ of Benjamin Hulley pulled the trigger, but I guess they'll never know for sure. Due to my report and public resentment against him, Yarradan was forced to leave the country. The Belo Horizonte Railroad is now in receivership, but it's still hauling manganese from the interior. I might say this was one case that had me stumped right up to train time.
Expense account item 7, same as item 1, $500.38. Transportation to New York and Hartford. Expense account total, $1,492.54. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Remember, friends, to make every day more enjoyable, treat yourself often to refreshing, delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. There's lots of cooling, real mint flavor in every stick. And chewing Wrigley's Spearmint helps keep you feeling fresh and alert. You feel better, work better, get more fun out of doing things. So indoors, outdoors, wherever you go, keep some healthful, refreshing Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum handy. To make every day more enjoyable, treat yourself often to delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, brought to you by Wrigley's Spearmint Gum, stars Edmund O'Brien in the title role and is written by Gil Dowd and David Ellis with music composed and conducted by Leap Stevens. Edmund O'Brien can soon be seen starring in the Columbia Pictures production 711 Ocean Drive. Featured in tonight's cast were Bob Griffin, Francis X. Bushman, Anthony Barrett, Martha Wentworth, Joe Duvall, Jack Crucian, and Ted DeCorsia. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. The makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum hope you've enjoyed tonight's story of Johnny Dollar and that you're enjoying delicious Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum every day. We invite you to join us again next week at the same time when, from Hollywood, Edmund O'Brien returns in another adventure of...
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Bob Stevenson speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.